Good morning everyone, welcome to the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen. Well, today we've got a lot to show you. If I get this lot done in 2 hours, I'll be amazed. I'm certainly going to go and have a lie down. But there's lots of things that I want to just show you today. Some moulds, some sweet stamps, how to make a Christmas cake. So anyhow, we're going to get on with it. So let me just go over to this camera, Laura. Can you see this okay?
Yeah.
So what we've done here, this is not perfect by the way. This was my first proper attempt. Let me show you the practice attempts. There's lots of talk about the sweet stamps, okay, and how to use them and how easy or difficult they are. It's like every tool, you know, every tool, you have to play with it, okay? You have to play with it, you have to give it a little go. And what I would do is go and buy yourself some cheap sugar paste from Tesco, Sainsbury's, cheapest you can find. Get yourself some little round boards or square boards and just play with them. That's what I did. And this was my first attempt. In fairness, they've been smudged and everything now, so I'll just put them on there. So, you know, this was me playing with the cookie and the botanical range. And you can see I've smudged it afterwards. I didn't smudge it at the time. And then I used the elegant range. And I wasn't thinking when I did this one, I never thought, I did it all in the whole elegant uppercase because I wanted to see what the uppercase looked like. Whereas really I should have used the capital E and the smaller letters, the lowercase, yeah? And then the handwritten, I did exactly the same, you know, so I did it all in uppercase, which was a mistake. And when you're using them, these are the things that you need to learn. And this is why you need to play with them. So when you're playing with the sweet stamps, get them and play with them and practice. It really is important. Do not bake your cake and then start putting them on and having a complete meltdown because it's gone all wrong. And it's like with anything, you know, when you first learnt to make a cake, you either cracked it first time or you ruined it. You could have made 1,000 cakes and you'll still ruin one every now and again. So let's just play with them. So I'm going to have a play later. I'm going to show you how to do that. And I used one of the hardest sweet stamps, which was the curly set, I believe. Let me just grab them. Where did I put them? Here they are. So there's a whole pile of them. And some of you are very addictive and some of you have bought every single set. And I'm sure there's a lady watching who knows exactly who I'm talking about. There's a few of you who bought a few sets and some of you have just invested in one or two. So let's go down to here, Laura, okay? So tacky pads. There's a round tacky pad for the cookie cutter, yeah? And there's an oblong one there. These are sold separately. We also do the curly set. This is curly numbers, they come separately. And curly upper and lower case, we don't sell them as just upper and just lower. We sell them as a set because, as I said before, I do think you need that capital letter and then the smaller letters. Now that's the set that I've used on this board. There's the handwritten, cookie, elegant. I'll get them the right way round. And there is the stylish and then the classic. Okay, now the classic and the cookie set come with everything. They come with the uppercase, the lowercase, the numbers and the symbols. Everything else you do have to buy, as you know, you buy the numbers separate to them. So we'll just use one set today. And I'm going to show you how you don't need these. So some of you think you have to have this, you don't. There is a way of doing it without them, yeah? And we'll do it that way. So let's pop those back over there. So have we got a few hellos to say, Laura?
We have. We've got a really good audience this morning. So lots of good mornings and nice to see you and people looking forward to this, the quick and easy Christmas cake. We've got Jill Flack, Jane Fox, Rob Allen, of course. He's actually decorating the living room while he's watching. He's multitasking. You'll be pleased to know Richard Crompton's here.
Hi, Richard.
He's been giving us instructions.
I believe you've got to watch every word I say, Julia says. Just let me get a couple of minutes.
Wendy Campion, Jill Sanson, Doreen Griffin, who else we got? Di Wheeler, so lots of familiar names. Oh, Wendy Ann Preston, of course, can't miss you out. Lots of familiar names. Like I say always, if there's anybody new that's watching us today, just introduce yourself and say hi to everybody. It's a really friendly bunch. Any questions you've got as we go through, we'll try and cover. I'll shout them out to Carol and Carol will answer the questions, but we do try and keep it on topic just because it is a live session and the feed moves very quickly. So any other questions that you've got, head over to the community page when we've finished and you can ask all your queries and questions on there.
Great intro, Laura. Well done.
Thanks.
And just to let you know, Maria's in the kitchen as well. And just to say a big hello to all of you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for new members as well. Don't be shy. Everybody's a friendly group here. And let me just explain about the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen. This is not a professional kitchen. So anything that's made in this kitchen is not sold. It's not retailed. We don't make it. It's as though you're in your own kitchen at home. We've all washed our hands here. Everything is all lovely and clean and organised. And the only people who eat it is either myself or the staff, mainly Maria. Then Laura gets it, plus her father. His father really looks forward to Mondays and Thursdays. Her father, sorry. And then if the boys are lucky enough, they used to get it all, but now I've got these two greedy girls. So that's how it gets shared out. So first of all, we're going to do a very quick, easy Christmas cake. Now this Christmas cake is so easy. Let's get a bowl together, okay? So you'll see, I don't know how far you can see at the kitchen, I've actually set out 3 lots of recipes. I'm not going to get them all done today, but I'm going to do one, and if I can get another one done, I will do. So the one I'm actually going to do is the traditional Christmas cake one, and then I'll do another one with no alcohol, and then the other one we'll probably have to do later, okay? I have got my recipe with me because I can't remember it off by heart. It is on our recipe website, which is sugarandcrumbsmixingitup.com. Even if you can't remember that, just go to Google and put Sugar and Crumbs recipes and it'll come up there on the search straight away. So this one here is if you've got no allergies whatsoever. So let me just get a bigger bowl than this one. I've already pre-weighed the ingredients, but I'll talk you through them as well. So what we're going to put in the bowl first is we're going to put in a pound of mixed dried fruit. Now, somebody was asking me about the vegan. So you've got a bit about the vegan, what a statement that is, about vegan. So, you know, everybody thinks that dried fruit or something may well be suitable for vegans, but sometimes they may have other additives, so do make sure you read the packaging. And for instance, you know, I picked up here dried prunes. Now this is suitable for vegans, okay, which is great, but I've picked up, that's it. But I picked up the pre-soaked mixed fruit here, and it's not suitable for vegans, it's suitable for vegetarians. So for you who are on a vegan diet, I'm sure you always look at the packaging, but for those who are making a vegan cake for somebody, do make sure you read the packaging. 2 products the same, 2 different companies, but just watch. Just because it's fruit doesn't mean it's suitable for vegans. So we put in the dry fruit, okay? So that's a pound, 450 grams. And then we're going to put in the tropical fruit mix. Everything's all pre-weighed. So in this one is 150 grams, yeah? So the tropical fruit mix is exactly what it says. It's got bananas, it's got coconut, it's got some papaya, it's got some dried mango in there. So that's just going to go in the bowl as well. Then we're going to pop in chopped prunes. We're going to chop in the chopped prunes, and they were suitable. It's always good when you're doing things as well, just weigh them out, and it makes it life a lot easier. We're going to drop in the cherries. So these are 70 grams of cherries. So we're just going to drop that in. And then I've got to chop up some stemmed ginger. So you'll notice I've got different pans at the side of me, mainly because I'm panicking, because when I make all these different bakes, I need to go back to this live to remind myself which cake is which, because I can't really put a little flag on in the oven. So this is going to be a square one for the cake that we'll decorate next week, hopefully. So let me just get the stemmed ginger and chop some right up a minute. So we need 70 grams, I think, of this. How much is it of the stemmed ginger? Stemmed ginger, yeah, 70 grams. So I'm just going to use this bowl. Can you see on there, Laura?
Yep.
So I'm just going to use the stuff out the jar. I like this. So I have to decide, do I want less ginger? Because if I have 3 of those, yeah, oh actually, it works out to 72, well done. Don't even know myself there. Right, let me get myself a little chopping board.
So just a quick reminder, there's a couple of people asking prices about the sweet stamps and things like that. Everything is available on the Sugar and Crumbs website, and there's also a Facebook Live wish list, and all of the products that Carol's used and mentioned today that are available to purchase from us are in that wish list. So if you head over to the website, which is www.sugarandcrumbs.co.uk, you can either use the search bar at the top, you can either shop by brand, or like I say, if you go right across to the right hand side, there's a Facebook Live wish list section, and everything is listed in there for you.
So what we're going to do is just chop up the ginger. You can just rough chop it, really. Depends whether you like ginger. If you don't like ginger, you know what, don't put it in. But I do think it gives an extra added taste. Now I call this a 1-week Christmas cake because so many of you panic because you need to make a Christmas cake 3 months before and feed it. Well, this one you don't. You can actually make this 1 week, well, you need to be about 2 weeks before Christmas really, because you need to think about decorating it. We're actually going to decorate our cake today. We're going to do loads of things that we shouldn't do, but that's just so I can show you some things. I'm going to do loads of things I haven't done in a long time, so that's going to be quite an interesting thing, and I know you all like that. I know you all like it when I'm winging it. Well, let me tell you, I've not marzipan a cake in years, so that bit's going to be fun. Right, so there we go. So where's our mix? It's just going to go in there. Sorry, I have to keep disappearing. So here's our mix. So we've got everything in there now. So we just need the zest of 2 oranges and 300 ml of dark rum. Now, you can use brandy if you like, doesn't really matter. You can use brandy or rum. Doesn't have to be the expensive stuff. If you want to go mad, you can do. Now, for those of you who don't want to use alcohol, then you can use brewed tea, okay? And I've got the brewed tea cooling over there. Or you can use a combination of orange juice and cranberry juice instead. So it's really your own personal choice. What you like to use, you can use orange juice, you can use cranberry juice, you can use apple juice, brewed tea, or you can use a mixture of all the juices together. So let me just pour this in. Now I don't drink me, and let me just see what that says there. Okay. I don't drink me because I'm actually allergic to alcohol. It's not because I'm a good girl, I just, unfortunately, I was given an allergy and that was, I can't drink. So, but I can have it when it's been cooked. So I do love it when it's in a Christmas cake. So let me see there. Yep, 300. It doesn't matter if it's got a slosh more. Who really cares? So the thing is, when you put the alcohol in the cake, most of it bakes off anyhow. So we're just going to put this in here, get my spatula, smells good. And I will tell you, as per usual, our kitchen smells good. So can you see that, Laura?
Yeah.
So all we're going to do now, and this is just the basis for your Christmas cake. Now ideally this needs to go into a tub with an airtight lid, yeah? I did cling film this tub for our cake, but I cling filmed it loads of times, and that's what we're going to do again today. So I'll bake this one next week for you guys, as I will with the other ones that we'll do. So we've got variants to show you next week. So let's just give that a good, and that's basically all you do at this stage. And then once you've cling filmed it, we'll get the cling film.
I know you said you normally leave it for about a week, but is there a maximum time that you can leave it for?
You can leave it as long as you want. It's not actually going to do any harm leaving it at all. I'm just looking at the cling film. Do you know what I reckon with it? You think I'd lose weight running up and down this kitchen. You don't know how often I run up and down here. And you can leave it for longer a week, so don't panic about that. This is just somebody if you're short on the deadline, you know, you're 2 weeks away before Christmas and you want to make your own Christmas cake. So you don't have to feed this at all. So all we're going to do is we're just going to cling film it. But the only thing you do have to do is every day you have got to give it a good old shake. So make sure that if it's not going in an airtight container, that you cling film this well. And you'll see that I'm going to go around a couple of times because this bowl got a shake every single night. Now in fairness, this one only got 6 days to soak. So I'm just going to put it there and that's going to rest now. So every day I want you to come in, do the old shaky, shake around the kitchen wherever you want to go, turn it upside down. Was you scared?
Yeah.
Shall we do that again?
No.
Okay, as long as you cling film it right, if you only put one layer on, you might have a problem. Don't be sending me pictures with it all over you. So there you go, that one's ready. So now let's get on and make the one that we need to make. So I can put that out of the way. Oh, I need to put that in the tin, in the pan. Do remember, when I come back next week, this is the alcohol one, the square tin.
We'll watch it back.
Pardon?
We'll just watch this back.
So occasionally, guys, I am going to have to blow my nose because I've had this terrible flu. Some of you know that a few weeks ago I started with the shakes and everything, and I am on the better end of it, so I keep telling everybody, but I don't know. I have really good days and bad days at the moment. It also doesn't help that it affects my asthma. I also got some really sad news, and it was so lovely. So many of you commented. I didn't really tell you my business, but you know, we all have a life, don't we? And we've all got a lot of story to tell. And you know, I got some sad news a few weeks ago. Really upset me, really, surprisingly. I don't mean that horribly. I just didn't think it would affect me as much as it did. But just one of those things. So we'll get on with our cake. So we're going to put in here now, we're using stalk block today. If you're doing this for a vegan recipe, okay, or vegetarian recipe, then use a dairy-free margarine. So you don't have to use this. You can also use normal, either unsalted or salted butter, whichever is your preference. But we're using stalk block today. Now I'm going to have to shout up shortly because we're going to make a lot of noise. So first of all, I'm just going to turn this on and give it a really good blast, but it gives you an opportunity to ask Laura any questions. So I've really got to mix this now until it's really nice and white. Out the bowl. Let me tell you what's happening on the next few Facebook Lives. I've got a lovely lady coming up on Monday to show you some cake decorating skills. I can't remember if she said she was doing a drip cake, and to be fair, just before I come live today, I didn't get a chance to have a look, but sugar buttons. Yeah.
Festival cake.
Pardon?
Festival?
A festival cake.
Festive or festival?
Festive.
Festive.
Oh, festive. Maria, I know Spanish, English. I can't complain, I don't speak any Spanish, but we do have a laugh in here trying to get some of our pronunciations sorted out. So it was so funny this week, we've bought in a new machine for doing called Photo Cake, for doing sugar images, and Maria was going through it with Karen in the office, and she was going, you put the sheet in, the sheet, and every time she mentioned the sheet, I could see Karen's face going, right, okay. And I said, Karen, she means sheet. S-H-E-E-T. So we have lots of strange things going on. So we're just going to mix in the sugar. So the sugar there was, so we put in 200, how much butter have we put in? How much butter have we put in? We put 175 grams of stalk block, and we put 175 grams of dark sugar. I've got to turn the mixer on again, okay? Now you can use light sugar, and you can use muscovado sugar.
Muscovado.
Muscovado. Knew there'd be somebody here who could say it. So you can use that. You can use any sugar you want, really. But you need a brown sugar because it's a dark Christmas cake. So the darker the sugar, the darker it'll go. So we're just going to put that on there, and we'll get the other ingredients as well. So we need the oh, sorry, don't need chocolate. The mix is already done.
It's causing us all sorts of problems, that.
I know. Is everybody shaking? You're like that watching the screen. Sorry. Right. Okay, that'll have to do. Okay. So if this cake's not right, you know why. It's you all got too busy. So let's see. Let's scrape all that off there.
So Linda Mullin, yes, you can re-watch the Facebook Live at any point when we've finished. So it will be pinned to the top of the Facebook page. We'll also go over to the YouTube channel by the end of the week. And you'll also see the fantastic 1-minute videos that Maria makes as well. So all the easy, quick bits that you need, the really, what's the word, vital parts, will be put onto YouTube, onto a 1-minute video. But the best part of this is that once we're finished, it will all be pinned to the top of the Facebook page.
Yeah. Okay, so we've mixed the mix, but I have got to put the mixer back on again. But what I'm just going to do, I'm just going to try and mix a little bit by hand, just so that I know it's had a bit more of a mix and so I'm not shaking you lot to death. So now you can use 3 large eggs or you can use 4 medium eggs. It's entirely up to you. We're going to use 3 large eggs. And we're going to use 2 large tablespoons of dark treacle. Now, this is where I've got a problem with the vegan. So with the eggs now, for a vegan recipe, okay, you need to substitute that with oil. So you can either use coconut oil, olive oil, or vegetable oil, yeah? So, and then the dark treacle I've got a problem with because it's only suitable for vegetarians. So I'm not actually sure what you can put in as a replacement for the dark treacle. So when it's vegetarian recipe, it's a bit easier. But when it's vegans, we've got to do a little bit more thinking. So let's get open my tin. Who has one of these in the cupboard that you've had for years? Do you remember when you were a young girl? There always seemed to be one here from bonfire night and it'd last till the following year, wouldn't it? So let me get my measuring spoon. So we're going to do 2 large tablespoons of the dark treacle. This is really sticky stuff as well. So make sure you take it as a heat spoonful because you won't get all of it out.
And so just to recap on the vegan alternative to treacle, there's quite a few different ones. I've simply Googled it and there's loads of alternatives that have come up.
Fantastic.
There's brown rice syrup, bee-free honey, which is an apple-based vegan honey. There's different maple syrups as well. So it is, obviously, if you are vegan, you will sort of know off the top of your head. But if you're doing it for a gift or anything like that, a quick Google and there's loads of information on there.
Everybody who follows a vegan diet will know the alternative. It's those bakers who suddenly get a request, can you make me a vegan cake? And then you go into a panic like, what can I do? And I'm just trying to point out some of the things that you need to look for. And to be fair, I didn't even look at the treacle before we went live. It was just 1 minute before we went live. And I just said to the girls, and I said, oh, crikey, we can't use this. It's only suitable for vegetarians. So well done, Laura, there.
Well, it's all thanks to Google, really.
Oh, thanks to Google. It's a great friend, that Google, isn't it, eh? So we've just got this in. Now, what you should do is you should mix this in while you're beating your eggs at the same time. But I'm trying to bring down the process of the mixer, shaking you all to death. But unfortunately, it's got to go back on. I've got the oven on as well. You bake this on a long slow bake on 140 gas mark 2. A 140 fan, 150 electric and a gas mark 2. So I'm going to put this back on the mixer again. Sorry guys. And now we've got to get 3 eggs in, one at a time. So I'm just going to do it slow. Just get this lid on. And then we've got our fruits here. And then I've weighed the flour out. So for those guys who don't want the alcohol, I've already said to you, you can use orange juice, fruit tea, apple juice, cranberry juice. You can use a mixture of those juices. I don't think I would mix them with the tea though, if I'm honest. So, and then for those who are on a gluten-free diet, then you need to use a gluten-free flour, okay? And I'm going to make one of those up later, so after the live I'll do a gluten-free one and we can see what it looks like when we bake it next week. So all you need to do is substitute your flour for a gluten-free flour. So, we need half a spoonful of cinnamon. So half a spoonful of cinnamon into the flour. I'm not using any expensive brands. I think this one is Tesco's own. And then we need a teaspoon of mixed spice. I'm just going to use 2 halves there. Doesn't matter if it's a bit more, just makes it a bit more flavoursome.
Carol, I've had someone ask if they use less fruit in the recipe, would they have to alter the cooking time, the baking time?
I think if you lose that less of everything, you'd have to. No, to be fair, no. You bake it on low, okay, but what I would start doing, I'd start checking it because less fruit means smaller cake, smaller tin. So what I would do is I'd still put it in the oven. It's got to go in the oven for 2.5 hours, but maybe after 2 hours start to check it. The one that I baked last night, because I got so friggin' engrossed with the Amy Sweet Stamp, I was 15 minutes over, so I don't know whether I caught it or it is a dark brown, but it does feel lovely and the kitchen smells gorgeous. So if you don't want as much fruit, you can always swap things as well, you know. You can always put different nuts in if you want more nuts in. So you could put sunflower nuts in, you could put chia seeds in, you could put, what else could you put in? I did a list of notes actually. Can you believe it? I've actually prepared myself and brought some notes. So you could put cranberries in if you wanted to, figs, apricots, mango. You can put nuts, you can replace with sunflower seeds. Your rum you can replace with brandy, you can replace it with vodka. I've even had people do it with vodka. So anyway, you can see that I put the half a teaspoonful of cinnamon and the teaspoonful of mixed spice into the flour, okay? So that's prepared. So this has been mixing. We're just going to pop 1 egg in. So we've got the treacle in the mix, and you'll see it's a lovely dark colour. We've now got 1 egg in, okay? Now the thing is, this recipe could curdle like any cake mix. It can curdle, so don't panic. You've got your flour there. If it starts to curdle, just put a tablespoon of your flour in. You can even leave it, it doesn't really matter really. Some people don't like it when it's curdled, but it'll be fine. So just put your egg in 1 at a time, nice and slow, let it incorporate. Third egg. While that's there, I'm just going to get this lot off to the sink out of the way. We had Karen here last week, who was a great assistant. I wish she was here this week, but she's manning the office. So she did all the washing up and helped me with everything last week. It was brilliant. So let's get that rid of that.
So in answer to your question, Di Wheeler, it's where I just seen that 200 grams of plain flour,
Yeah.
7 ounces. So just again a reminder, the recipe, a copy of the recipe is available on the Sugar and Crumbs mixingitup.com site. You can print it off there, and there's loads of different ideas on there as well. So it's not just today's recipe. All of the recipes that are on there have been tried and tested using the icing sugars and the cocoa powders. And everything that we've done on the Facebook Lives and things like the meringue roulade from last week, for example, that's on there as well.
So because it's just curdled a little bit, I'm just putting a couple of tablespoons full of flour in, the flour mix in, and then we should be ready to go. So getting back to Monday. So Monday, as I say, we've got...
Oh, sorry.
Go on.
Imogen, she commented.
Imogen. Oh,
yes. Sorry, I missed
Well
it
done,
before.
Imogen. Maybe you'd like to tell everybody what you're doing
So
on Monday.
Imogen's saying, hello, it's me on Monday. I'll be making some buttercream festive cakes with some really simple techniques.
And she's also going to show you her new idea for, so you guys who have got a KitchenAid, and when you come to put a cover on, well, we haven't got a cover because we all know that as much as I love the KitchenAids, okay, there's lots of things I hate about it. And one of the things is that there's no proper cover for when you put your icing sugar in or your powder, and it blows up all over the place. And Imogen has developed a little cover. So you'll be able to buy that direct off her next week. She'll be selling them. You won't be buying them through us, but you can buy them direct from her. And it's a great tool, so she's going to bring that along. And what did she just say she was making?
Buttercream festive cakes.
Buttercream festive cake, perfect. Just what we like to hear, because that means we'll be using our flavoured icing sugars. So you'll notice in this recipe we have not used anything of sugar and crumbs. So it's all about the Christmas cake, really, yeah? So we've got the eggs, and now we've got to pour in the fruit and the flour. So this was my fruit from last week, so that has been soaking all week. So it was in that big bowl, but I divided it because I made 2 batches in one bowl. So you can see how lovely and moist it is. And you can smell the alcohol, can't you?
Yep.
As much as I can't drink alcohol, I do love the smell of it. So we're going to put this into the mix. You can see how lovely and juicy it still is. We're also going to pop in some chopped almonds. Now you don't have to put nuts in, but we're going to pop in some chopped almonds, rough chopped almonds, so they're going in as well. And then we're going to put in the flour. And all we're going to do now is, I don't know if you can see on that camera, Laura.
I will be able to.
So all we're going to do is just fold the whole lot in. And this makes, look, you can see how lovely and dark this cake is. So really quite easy, do you think?
Yeah.
And it smells gorgeous. Now you don't need to feed this cake. So a lot of you now, when you made your Christmas cake, you'll start feeding it. And feeding it means is that you're going to either turn it upside down or maybe from the top, it's entirely up to you. You're going to poke holes in it with your cake tester, and then you're going to start pouring drink in it every night or every week or whatever it is that you do. This one you don't need to do that, and that's why it's a quick, easy Christmas cake, because everything's already in it. It's already very flavoursome. So let's just make sure. So don't mix this with the mixer, just fold in. So just make sure you get everything in from the bottom. Can you see well enough there?
Yeah, yeah.
Oops, see you, Maria.
Really?
She's falling over baby Harrison's high chair. So let's get rid of this. And then we're going to get our tin. So for our tin, very easy. Sorry, I just need to get some butter out of here. Watch. So we're just going to use a deep tin, so we're not using a sandwich tin, okay? And we're just going to get a little knob of butter, and all we're going to do is, now you can do it with your fingers, or You can rip off some of this if you wish. It's really up to you. I'm just going to go and wash my hands afterwards. So we're just going to smooth that all around the side. And then we're going to put a piece of parchment paper in the bottom. Just in the bottom. Yeah. Now, I buy this on a roll. You can buy it in big rolls. I don't actually know where I bought this. I think I bought it online or from some... do you know what? I actually think I got this from Lakeland. I'm sure I got it from Lakeland. And then we're just going to measure this up, and let me get some scissors. Oh, 1 minute. I have actually got everything here prepared, but when I'm doing a live, suddenly my eyes go all blurry and I can't see things, so the scissors are probably sat here right under my nose. You lot probably can see them, but so all we're going to do is... Anyhow, hello Imogen, are you looking forward to next Monday? So Imogen's going to be here next Monday. I'm going to be here on Thursday doing some Christmas cupcake toppers, okay, and talking to you about the cakes that we've made, because I'll have had them in the oven the night before. So I'm making a right pig's ear of this. Just 1 second. What I should have done is, okay, I should have measured this before I greased it, but because I've greased it, it's behaving like cling film. It's decided to stick, so anyway, so I'm just going to push that in now. And then on Monday, the 10th of December, we have got Jackie Heaton and Rob Allen. So Jackie Heaton is the bacon nana. Rob Allen, they're coming in. They're going to be doing something festive for you as well. So we were having a little chat about that last night, about what they were going to make. I'm not going to tell you because it could change. But I do believe that Rob might be making a festive Yule look. And Jackie, I think we're still deciding. We've got a couple of options. Okay. So can you see that, Laura?
Yep.
So all we're going to do now is the whole mix is going to go into this cake, into this cake tin. So the whole mix is in. It smells yummy. Have I dropped some?
No, I think you just caught the edge of the paper.
Okay. It's really hard when you're trying to... It's not like when you're in your own kitchen, when you're trying to, when you can look at everything. I'm trying to show you guys, trying to show Maria. So, you know, when people do come in the kitchen and watch, it's great for the regulars because you know how it goes. We're trying to make everybody happy. The newbies might be thinking, what's she doing? Behaving like a contortionist, but it's because we're trying to show you and them, and we don't have the equipment with loads of fancy cameras like a TV studio. This is just a live kitchen.
I don't think we do a bad job.
Who said that?
Me.
I think we do a great job. I do. I think for a live session, I think we do a great job. What do you guys think? Most of you watch us every week, so we can't be doing bad, can we? So, no, I think we work very hard here in Sugar and Crumbs. You know, you've got to remember, I do these live tutorials free of charge. I don't charge you. I'm never going to charge you. This is live sessions. You might ask yourself, why do I do them? Well, the reason I do them is that I'm hoping that you'll come to our shop and buy off us. I'm hoping that you'll become a loyal customer. You know, I'm hoping that you'll give us the opportunity to have a look what products we've got in our shop and see if they suit you. We're actually very competitive on quite a lot of things, so it's definitely well worth looking at. And some of you don't realise that we are a shop. Sugar and Crumbs is actually an e-commerce shop. We're based in Stockport in Cheshire. We're a friendly bunch here. There's everybody who follows us on the community, and I'm sure they're all going to start saying in a minute, all the regulars will tell you how friendly we are. And, you know, we work damn hard. You know, we answer all your questions as fast as we can. Do we make muck-ups? Of course we do. Is every customer happy? No, but 99% of them are. So, you know, life is life. You can't make everybody happy. Right, okay, so you'll see that I've spread this out and I'm just hollowing the centre, okay? I don't know why I do that. Something my grandma told me to do. So we do. So just hollow the centre and we're ready to go. And that's going to go in the oven now for 2.5 hours. So you're not going to see this come out. Oops, wrong oven. So let me just get rid of all this lot now. That can go. Take all that out there. Brilliant. So just let me have a little clean up, guys, and we'll come back to some of the other stuff later. So let's just move this lot out of the way. Because we've now got to marzipan a cake. Now when we marzipan a cake, you're meant to leave it for 48 hours to dry. So for those guys who can't have nuts, then you've got a problem with marzipan. So then you're probably going to have to do a double layer of sugar paste, or find another alternative, which while I'm talking about it, Laura can Google it. So what can you use as a nut-free alternative to marzipan? So there you go. And here's our fruit cake, okay? It's fruit cake, Christmas cake. It smells absolutely amazing. I'm not sure whether I've left it in just a bit too long or whether it's dark. Personally, I think I probably left it in those 15 minutes too long. But it is lovely. It's nice and rich and dark.
Bring it forward.
Just how we want it. Nice, rich and dark, just how we want it, yeah?
Yeah.
And I'm actually going to paste this side. So let's just get that over there. Oh, sorry, Mary. So I am just getting my crumbs off.
So apparently there's a very easy nut-free marzipan recipe on the Real Food Tesco site. It's actually made using semolina and vanilla.
Oh, fantastic. Great.
So there you go.
Just 1 minute. So let me clean my cloth a minute.
You can actually buy it online as well from various companies like Genius Kitchen, Allergy Best Buys and things like that. So again, a very quick Google, and there's a couple of different alternatives there. The hollowing of the cake, most people have said it's basically to stop the centre rising too much. The curbs that it creates on the outside helps to keep it moist, and the dent stops it peaking.
Ah, well that's probably why my cake was nice and flat then.
There you go.
There you go, super. Right, okay, so now for the fun bit. Carol's actually going to marzipan a cake. So we're just going to use the Renshaw marzipan. It's delicious this, and it's their white one, which is absolutely lovely. So you only need 450 grams, but I didn't have a small pack here with me. But basically we're just going to take this out. And I just need some icing sugar. 1 second. So just so that you know, okay, some of you may agree or don't agree, but this has been drummed into me. When you're using moulds, okay, dust your moulds with corn flour. When you're using, because that's fine, but when you're covering your cake, yeah, then you must use icing sugar. Apparently, if you use corn flour, it can cause bacteria on your cake. So that's just something that I've learned from some of the professionals. Some of you may disagree. So I don't take any chances. I don't sell cakes for a living anyhow, but if I am going to make a cake, then I'll always make sure that I use icing sugar. So in this case, I'm using mulled wine, not for any reason other than that was the only one I could just get my hands on. So I'm just going to mould this down. So you'll see that I'm just going to put this in my pastry thing here, and we're going to just roll it.
Lindsay says, I'm so naughty, I eat all the leftover marzipan.
I don't blame her. Well, you know, funny enough, Laura and I was just talking about when we were kids, and I'm a lot older than Laura, so I'm amazed that she still knew about them. But you know, like when you used to get those marzipan fruits for Christmas. So they used to be my favourite. I haven't seen them in absolute years. I think now you can only get them in places like Home Bargains or something. They turn up randomly somewhere, don't they? So so what I'm actually going to do, which is going to surprise you guys, I'm not going to cover the whole of the cake because I could do without the stress. So just let me tell you my cheat. So just find an 8-inch board a minute.
Richard Compton says the cakes in our house don't last long enough to get any bacteria, but it's a great tip. Yeah, that's pretty much like my house, to be fair.
Right, okay, that's not an 8-inch board. Right, this is going to have to do, so we're just going to cut round this 8-inch board. Where's my knife? Sorry. Sorry, I think I've got a coloured knife here still. Okay, I don't want a sharp knife anyhow. So guys, you're going to hate me for this, but you know what? It's just going to make my life a lot easier. I'll roll some more out in a minute. You know what I'm going to do. You can already see it, can't you?
To be fair, I'd do exactly the same.
Would you do the same, Laura?
It's only for family and friends.
Yeah,
They'll be more than happy that they're getting a cake.
Absolutely. So we're going to do this because the thought of me actually the thought of me actually doing this live is about giving me heart failure. I can feel the cup and saucer coming on again. So what we're going to do is, I'm not so sure, is that a 10-inch board that? I think it is, isn't it?
I think it is, yeah.
Right, so I'm just going to have to get another board out. So we're just using some apricot jam here. So I'm just going to take that blob off. So we'll just need another bowl. So let me just get another, let me just check. Watch me not have an 8-inch board today. Oh dear me. 8-inch. Oh God, just knew this was going to be a nightmare. Why did I not think before? Pray to the Lord, Carol. Oh, here we go. Oh, he saved me. Right, okay. So let's move this out of the way a minute. I was thinking it was a bit big, so we're just going to cut round here. You can be rough with marzipan. So we're just going to cut round here. Maria, don't be filming this for the snippet, will you? I can't be showing everybody my cheats. This is just private for the lives.
Private for the lives, for all the people that are watching.
Only people who watch the live video. Don't be showing this to the world. Right, okay. So let me just get this over here. And we're just going to place that on the top.
Yeah, this is private just for the 100 and odd people watching.
That's right, that's just how we want it. Right, I'm going to have to turn the oven off because we've had the oven on in here because we were cold this morning, but I feel as though I'm about to melt. So that's that top on, and then we're going to roll out the long one. So just give me a minute. Give me a minute. Sorry to keep running up there, but I don't know whether you can see, but I am actually on fire. Just 1 minute. Oh, Laura, keep talking, distract them.
Sorry, there's not actually any questions. I think everyone's just engrossed in what's happening. And they're loving the fact that it's a quick and easy recipe as well. So there's not actually much to it in terms of, like you said before, having to feed the cake and do it so far in advance and things like that. And obviously this is a much quicker, simpler version.
Yeah. Make everything simple in this kitchen.
Exactly, yeah, but it should be straightforward, shouldn't it? And you've got enough stresses at Christmas with other things that you've got to do, so
I've got enough stress coming live every week showing you lot what to do. Never mind that.
But you should, the thing is, it's something that you're supposed to enjoy, so you shouldn't be stressed actually making it. It's, you know, it should be something that you actually enjoy doing.
So for you newbies who don't know me, okay, I'm not a professional baker. I'm not going to use the words hobby baker because I don't agree with using that terminology. Basically, I like playing in the kitchen. I like playing, I like baking, and I like doing things my own way. I like doing shortcuts. I'm not very good at reading stuff. I don't know whether I've got a problem with reading, but I'm not very good at reading stuff. So I just like to do things nice and easy and the simplest way I can. So some people might look at me and think, well, that's not the right way. But what I will say is, whatever I do, I achieve it. It always tastes absolutely delicious. And if you watch the followers on here, lots of them follow the recipe and they'll all tell you that it tastes good. So come on guys, is that true? So
Absolutely.
we're just going to cut that in half. Oh, I love the smell of marzipan. I'll just wipe it off my chest. So right, so let's just see here. I'm going to do a quick measure of my cake. Simple one, this one. So there, measured it. There you go. Look at that. Look how easy that was. Wow, look at that. There you go. Just so easy, isn't it? Get bigger. And we may have to patch this as well. We may not get it all the way around.
So Barbara said she agrees with what Barbara said. She agrees how, you know, it should be a quick and easy, simple thing. But she said when you feed a cake, you get to have a swig each time as well. So there's always perks to it.
Also takes away, it also makes it all happy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be longer. So let me just get my next sheet.
I've got a quick question.
Go
So
on.
someone said they've got a 7-inch cake tin, but it's very deep. So could they still make a mixture for a 9-inch round to keep the depth of the cake?
Yeah, I would think so.
Yes. Yeah, I would think so. Yes. Absolutely.
No problem with that at all. Oh dear. I'm going to have to use another cheat now. Because I haven't got a... Right, I'm going to have to use another cheat now. I tell you, it's a good job I've got big cake boards in. But basically, I just want to make this a nice straight edge. And if I try to eyeball it, I might not get it straight. So if we remember how deep my cake is, so I want to be that deep. Yep. Do you like this?
I'm loving it.
So yeah, all those professionals out there would be having a meltdown going, what the hell is she doing? So anyhow, as I say, it's all about making my life easier in the Sugar and Crumbs. It's very scary coming here live every week, especially when you don't know it all and I'm just trying to show you lot. So let's get our cake again. Right, ideally this should go onto a board, but I don't want to put it on my board just yet. So let me just move this there. Get the jam out. So we're just going to get the jam on. If you don't like, I don't know why they use apricot jam. Does anybody know why we use apricot jam? But they always say use that, don't they?
Yeah. Maybe it's just a traditional flavour.
Yeah.
Maybe it is. I mean, obviously you can taste it, but it's not a strong flavour, is it?
Yeah.
So maybe that's what it is in comparison to the fruit. Safia said, if we wanted to play around with the recipe and use a Sugar and Crumbs icing sugar to complement the fruit, would you just replace it like for like in terms of the quantity of sugar? She accepts that the cake won't be as dark, probably won't be as rich either.
I don't think so.
I don't think it would work. I mean,
No.
I think you're using
As much as I would love you to use our sugars
Yeah.
in a Christmas cake, I just don't think it would
I think
work.
you're using, I think the recipe
I think
calls for the dark brown sugar for a reason.
the other thing is a fruitcake is very heavy, and when you use the flavoured icing sugars, it makes a very light sponge, and those who've used it will tell you it makes a lovely sponge, but I probably wouldn't use it. So let's go for my big moment. Okay, my cheat moment. So here we go. Did I measure that okay?
Just sunk at the back a bit.
Just wait a minute.
It fell down the gap in the
It did, I know, I saw it. Are we up?
Yeah, we're up.
We're up, we're up, we're up.
That's brilliant.
I tell you, I'm getting good at this, you know. Look at that.
Hey.
Hey, look at that. It's not even too, yeah. Don't need to worry now about lifting it up, your arms. Anybody with arthritis or anything else, they don't need to panic. So we're just going to push that in. Maria doesn't need to film this bit. We don't want to be telling everyone my secrets. Remember, what goes on in this Sugar and Crumbs kitchen stays in this kitchen, yeah? What goes on her videos is a bit different, but we'll tell them the good bits. Right. So.
You've actually got someone agreeing with you saying, I find it easy to do the sides and top separately. You actually get a better finish.
You do. Let me get another.
And it's the agreement of the apricot jam. It's because it's the least strong flavour.
Right.
So that'll be the reason we use apricot and not anything else like a strong cherry or raspberry or something.
Yeah. Okay. So what I'm just going to do now is I'm just going to tidy this up. Don't know if you can see there.
Yeah, we can now.
So I'm just going to tidy this up, take this bit out. That bit's for me, because we can't use that, it's got jam on. Maria is off sugar for a week. She banned herself from sugar. So that means that this bit's for Laura.
Maria?
Yeah.
How are you going to survive?
Isn't she good? I know. Well, she has been good, you know, because I've offered her treats this week and she said no.
Have you?
Yeah, she has.
Very good.
It was hard.
You're
It's
doing
like a
just-
broken heart.
Are you doing it just for the week or the weekend as well?
Week.
Oh, the week. Oh, the week. How quick was that? Week.
Anybody you all know Maria, she likes her fruit. Seems a bit strange not being able to give her anything. Now, Laura, there's your bit. I'll eat my bit.
Yum.
Can't make it into a nice looking fruity apple for you at the moment. We haven't got time. So let me just clean my bowl there a minute. My board.
Yep, Richard Crompton says, loving the marzipan wrap. That's the way we ice a cake.
Good.
Far
That's what I
easier, and you use less paste.
You do. It's quicker as well, I think, without having to get stressed. Right, so let me just use this board again now, just so I can smooth it out a little bit.
Oh, Rita Caddick says you can use marmalade as well instead of apricot jam.
You can.
That'd be nice.
Can you just pass that smooth up there for me? With two at the front. Yeah, and the other one. Oh, it's all right, got it. Sorry, you passed me in both. So I'm just going to tip my cake up a bit on this board, which is probably going to surprise you a minute, but I just want to just smooth it round a bit. Okay. So all I'm doing is just tidying it up a little bit, because I'm trying to do most of this before I put it on my prepared board that I showed you earlier. So I'm just smoothing it round. I would normally do this on a turntable. Laura, I can't see round that side. Is it all looking
Whoa,
smooth?
yeah, very smooth.
You're going to wonder now how I'm going to get it off the board. So am I. Now, what you should do with this is you should leave it for 48 hours, okay? Before we ice it, but we haven't got time because we've got to ice it today. So I'm just going to stick it on this board. And that can go on there. I'm going to put that to one side while I make some decorations. So let me get rid of all this lot.
So there's a few people saying that they were always told to boil and sieve the jam.
Yes, you can do that.
Yep. I think it's just a different opinion again,
Yeah.
different technique.
Yeah, if you notice, I've used a jar of jam. So you can do that, and I also took the lumps out, so a couple of lumps popped through. So, okay, so this is not going to stay on this board, we're just leaving it there to dry. So let's leave it there to dry for a moment, and then we're going to make some Christmas decorations. Oh dear me, so Christmas decorations. So last night I was doing these, so I'll quickly show you how to make a couple. There's the gold ones, don't know what you can see there.
Yep.
You see them all?
Yep.
So this is what we're going to use to decorate our cake. So all I've done with these is I've sprayed them and lustered them ready, but I'm going to make you a couple now so that you can see how we're going to use them. So let's just put those over there. We'll use them. I'm going to put that one over there, that's fine. I will clean my board yet again.
So Julie's just said, I love these demos, you're my type of woman. Real with no frills, but aren't we getting very snazzy doing the upside down method?
I know, well let me tell you, we wouldn't normally do it that way. I'd normally just slap it on for you. The rest of it's going to be slapped on. Right, okay, so. Just 1 minute.
So yeah, just to recap guys, everything that's being used today, including the moulds that Carol's about to show you that she's pre-done, they're all available to purchase directly from us at Sugar and Crumbs. So you can either use the search bar at the top of the website page, or you can go across the top on the right hand side and there's a link that says Facebook Live wish list. So everything's included in there. Carol's used a range of Katie Sue and Karen Davies moulds that she's about to show you. And there's luster sprays in there from Colour Splash. There's also the House of Cake luster pumps, which are absolutely beautiful. And like I say, everything's available to purchase directly from us on the website.
I've just realised I forgot something, guys. You won't believe it, I forgot to... You'll see that there's some oranges on here. I forgot to put them in the recipe, in my mix. So thankfully it's in the previous mix, but that bowl that I cling filmed up before, I'm going to have to grate the rind of the oranges, which are sat there waiting for me to do. I've just spotted them. So I've just spotted them. So when you did that, when we made the mix before, we should have taken off the rind off here and put that in as well. So anyhow, so basically I'm just corn flouring my moulds. Okay, so let's give it loads of corn flour, and then we're going to tap all the corn flour out because we don't need it all, but you just want to make sure it all gets in. These are all the moulds that we're going to use. So there's the Karen Davies sugar paste. There it is. So the Karen Davies sugar paste is what we're going to use for the mould. What I'll do is I'll just do a few of them. So Karen Davies sugar paste is excellent. She was using it on Monday night for those guys who are doing the live on Monday. So you'll see that it's very easy to use, and you don't really need to have to cling film the life out of it or put it in an airtight container. I'm not telling you not to do that, but it's actually, it lasts a lot longer than other stuff. Smells gorgeous, tastes gorgeous, and if you buy that marshmallow one, as I've said a million times, it's one that you won't share with people. So what we're going to do is we're using the Katie Sue moulds, and these were designed by Nicholas Lodge. So these are the, what are these, Laura?
So you've got your pine cones.
Pine cones, well done. I knew there were cones or something, I just couldn't think.
You've got the pine cones first, and then on people's left-hand side, you've got the, is it the winter spices?
Yes, it is.
Nuts and berries, winter spices, and the holly and the mistletoe.
Yeah. Now, really, you should do one at a time, but you know what? We're going to do 3 at a time. And you just need a little bit of paste. You're just going to chuck it in there. Chuck it in. My daughter was laughing her head off at my terminology. Throw that in, chuck it in. And then we're just going to pop them out. Okay, that's how easy that mould is. So I'm just going to stick that on there so you can see, because they are just so easy to use. On that way around. I'm not going to use the other little bits on here, I'm just going to use the walnut and the... What is that one, Laura? Is that an acorn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is that star anise at the bottom?
Yeah, I think that star anise is over there. Just do that one.
Ria, so no, you're not being dense, and there's never any stupid questions. The point of asking a question is to get an answer and a different opinion. So the ready to roll icing, this is a Karen Davies one, and it already contains Tylo, so you can use it in the moulds. You won't have any problems. If you're using any other brand, we do recommend you add a little bit of Tylo to it, because we can't vouch for any other brand basically in terms of how good it will be to use in a mould. So it's a personal choice. Unfortunately, like I say, we can't vouch for any other ready to roll sugar paste, but Karen's definitely does work. It's been designed for using in her moulds.
Yeah, Karen Davies sugar paste actually has Tylo in it, so it's quite strong.
Yeah.
But it's also pliable enough as well to be able to roll out on a cake. But we're just going to use it for moulds.
They pop out so easily, don't they? Just with a tiny bit of corn flour, it's fantastic. And the detail's great.
Absolutely. So I just thought let's do a few more of these cones as well. Sorry for my sniffles. As many of you know that I have been ill. So, well, we all get the flu and the cold, don't we? But crikey, this one has knocked me out. It's had me bedridden for a couple of days, and I'm not normally like that. I'm always on the go all the time. But I think that's a combination of just being run down and running around like a lunatic. And us girls, Laura, Maria and I, and if I'm still married to John on the 14th of December, it's the 10th of December till what day, Laura? 5 days of hell we've got, haven't we?
Yes.
So we've got 5 days of hell starting on the 10th of December. We're having a warehouse refit. So some of you on Instagram will have saw yesterday that we've had containers arriving at our place. We've taken over the car park by containers arriving, so that we are somehow going to put our warehouse into the containers, onto the mezzanine roof, and we are going to have a whole new construction built inside our warehouse. And how we're going to do that is on a winter's day. No day was right. John's very stressed about it, and he said we had to think about it, when was going to be a good week. Well, there's never a good week, so we've just got to get on with it and get it done. And so what we've done is we've banned John to the house as from the 10th, and me and Laura, I think you've got to stay with John here, haven't you? He said to me that you had to stay here.
I did.
Yeah, I know.
Maria's very happy.
Yeah. So on the 8th and 9th, the Saturday and Sunday, all of us, all the staff, are actually in over the weekend, emptying the warehouse into the containers, onto the roof, so that when the guys come on the Monday to fit the new stuff, they've got plenty of space. Now, the thing is, we can't fit it all into the containers, so how we're going to work around it, God only knows. So that's your cinnamon sticks. So, as I say, that week's going to be very, very stressful. That weekend's going to be very stressful. And I think the thing is, you know, we all work hard at Sugar and Crumbs. You know, we're only a little company, and I will give the staff their due. Every member of staff at Sugar and Crumbs is a totally dedicated member of staff. They do commit themselves, they believe in the company, and they do work hard. And they're all giving their time up over the weekend. Look at that, that's lovely, isn't it? They're all giving their time up over the weekend to come in and help us get ready for the refurbishment.
I'm just going to hold that up and tilt it just so you can see the detail, if that's alright.
Yeah.
Just because it's white, it's hard to catch with the
Ah,
hand sometimes, that's all.
Right. So I'm going to have to go and blow my nose and wash my hands again while you're doing that. So I'll just put that there a minute. Just give me 2 minutes.
Hopefully you saw that. Yes, Ellie, we'll still be taking orders while we're doing the refit because we are that mad. So don't worry, we won't be closing down or anything. We'll still be taking orders. You can still order from us as normal on the website, and everything will be going out in exactly the same way that it does every day. Hence why it's going to be an absolutely chaotic weekend and week. But we'll do it. We always do.
We're not quite sure how we're going to do it, but let me just tell you, we'll be doing lots of Instagram snippets so that you can see. And it's quite exciting really, because Sugar and Crumbs has grown. And when we first started Sugar and Crumbs, we started actually in this kitchen. It started in my house kitchen, then we moved over to here, and this bit of the room was actually our warehouse. And the office that we've got next door that Maria and I share, Maria and I work there part-time. Sometimes we're down at the unit with Laura and Karen, and sometimes we're here. It depends whether we need peace and quiet. And in fairness, we always need peace and quiet. Even Laura does, but we don't always generally get it when we're down there. Unfortunately, production lads and warehouse lads are always in chasing you for something and mithering. And of course, as warehouse and production lads are, they always think that those girls in the office do no work, don't they? We have it so easy, us girls in the office. They don't realise that we do all the sales and marketing, and it's really quite funny really. But anyhow, we get mithered to death in there. So Maria and I share an office up here next door. That used to be our warehouse, and then we had containers put on the drive of our house, and then we moved to Bredbury, our unit. And I remember going in there with John. I was so excited, and I never thought in a million years we would fill it. And we have filled it to the rafters, we really have. And now we're actually having to have construction built in, all the racking built in, so that we've got 2 floors now. And so we're all quite excited about that. But how we're going to work in all that, I have no idea. So I can feel John having the meltdowns already. So you can see this little mould here. I don't know whether I'm actually in shot or not in shot.
Yeah, you are, yeah.
So you can see this little mould here. I'm not the neatest person, but it doesn't have to be neat. You know, I'm sure Nicholas Lodge will be having a nightmare now because I'm not filling in all the detail, but we only want the basic detail. We don't really care about it all. Those of you with OCD and want to go really mad, off you go then. But we're just doing this.
Geraldine Kisby's asked, when is the last order for Christmas? Well, we'll have to find out from our couriers in terms of the bank holidays and things like that. But we'll post all of that information onto the website and the Facebook page as soon as we've got it.
I can actually tell you, okay, myself, we are not open Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve. We're closed Christmas Eve, which is a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We're back in Thursday and Friday, and we will dispatch. Now, Laura's quite right now. We will dispatch. We just don't know when the courier will deliver. So we don't know whether the couriers are doing deliveries on Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve. So the Friday before Christmas, what we're actually going to say is our last orders are on Thursday. So Christmas Eve will be Monday, won't it?
Yeah.
It's the 24th, 23rd Sunday, 22nd Saturday, 21st Friday, so the 20th. I would say our last orders will be then.
Yeah.
And then anything that comes through, we just won't have a guarantee it'll get there in time for Christmas. And I know that John and I will put everything on a next day delivery. So all your orders, we will put on a next day delivery. I shouldn't be telling you that now, but I know that we will, because we know that you'll all want it before Christmas. So just pay your normal standard delivery and everything will go out next day, because we need it to. I just can't cope with any phone calls of somebody phoning me on Christmas Day telling me they didn't get something. So there we go.
So yes, Lynn, we do sell the moulds. These ones are by the Katie Sue range, but made by Nicholas Lodge. So again, go onto the website page, sugarandcrumbs.co.uk. Go across on the right hand side and you'll see the Facebook Live wish list. Drop down to current sessions for November and you'll see this here. All the moulds, including the Karen Davies ones, they're all listed in the wish list.
Yeah.
So the ones that Carol's used today are the holly and mistletoe, the nuts and berries, the pine cones and the winter spices, which are all the Katie Sue ones. And then you might just see at the side of the shop the Karen Davies moulds, which is the sugar snowflakes, which is the long one, and also the winter wreath, which is the one that Carol's using at the moment.
Yeah, this is the Karen Davies one. It's a great one, this. And you know, I'm very much about buying quality moulds. These are all brands. So you guys who follow us on Sugar and Crumbs, you very much know about following brands, being brand leaders. I don't believe in selling copies. I don't believe in selling anything that has people have already got their intellectual property rights to. So when you come onto our site, you'll find it is Katie Sue, it is Karen Davies, it is Patchwork Cutters, it is Amy Sweet Stamps. You know, it is Renshaw, Rainbow Dust. You know, we do only sell brands, we don't sell any copies of anything. So I'm very much a believer in that. And when you're on the community group, you know, we do delete posts that will refer to any copy brands. Basically, it's in the terms and conditions, in the rules. Read the rules. It does tell you there, please don't promote copy brands. And the community group is a great community group to join. If you're not a member already, I'm sure lots of people now will tell you to join. It's a fabulous group and it's meant to be all about cake. It's called Sugar and Crumbs because that's our company. It's our page, it's our group. And obviously we're hoping that you promote our products on there. That's what we're looking for. And we're looking for, you know, you to enjoy baking cake. That's what it's about. So we don't like arguments on there. We bring arguments to an end. Thankfully, there isn't many. I like to call them debates. But I let the debate go so far and then I turn it off because after a bit it gets boring and it just fills up the news feed. So what I do is I turn it off just so that we can carry on and get to doing what we love best, and that's talking about cake. Do you all agree with that?
Absolutely. Safia, we can't tell you
What's
any more special offers coming up in the run up to Christmas. Well, we don't know. It just depends how we feel, to be quite honest.
To be fair, guys, it's unfair for us to be able to tell you offers. We're a business and we have to survive. You know, we've got to pay, you know, it's like every business, you've got to survive, and you've got to, the only way you can survive is when you're selling products at full price. And you know what, we do offers, but we've had an offer every weekend. So if you've missed out on those, I am sorry, but there's nothing at the moment. I think the next one's going to be for Christmas, if there is anything, which will be January the 2nd. We always do a New Year's Day one. So have you seen those? We've got those there. Yeah, okay. So I'm just going to now show you how I mustered them up. So let's get these moulds out of the way. So the moulds that we've used, just let me show you. We've used the Katie Sue pine cones. Get 3 different sizes. The Katie Sue nuts and spices, is it?
It's winter spices.
Winter spices.
Is it winter spices, that one?
Yeah.
Yes.
The nuts and
holly and mistletoe.
yeah. That's the winter spices.
Oh yeah, the other one was nuts and berries.
Yeah, that's the winter spices. That's the nuts and berries. Yeah. Okay. And then we're using the Karen Davies winter wreath mould. Yeah. And then we are going to use this one, but we're not going to use Karen Davies sugar paste in this. We're going to use Coolpit sugar paste. But first of all, I'm just going to move all this out of the way. Can you pass us that kitchen roll, Maria, please? But I tell you, we're not doing too bad, are we, for time?
No, we are going to be a 2-hour session today, aren't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Just
Maybe
to give
3.
advance warning.
Yeah. So we're just going to put down the kitchen roll here so that we can get ready for a bit of spraying. So let's do these on here. Maria's wrecking the joint over there. So we're just going to do half and half there. So we'll do that there. Half and half. You're getting all excited, Maria?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm just going to quickly show you how I lustered them all up. And then we're going to have a clean down then. And then we're going to ice our cake. Right. Right, Laura, what can you see there now?
I can see all of the decorations that you've done
Right, that's great.
on both sides.
Oh, good. Right, okay then. Right, okay. So we're going to use the spray called Colour Splash spray. It's called Colour Splash Silver Luster Spray. And what we'll do is we're going to use this. And Marie, can you just before you start, can you pass us those 2 sprays up there, please?
How's the
Glitters.
cake? on the stand.
Yeah. And we're also going to use these two bad boys. They're House of Cake as well. We're going to use these two. So, easy decorations. We're just going to spray. Ooh, powerful spray, isn't it? You can airbrush if you want to. So if you've got any of our lovely fractal fluorescent colours, you could airbrush. And then we're going to bling them up. So while it's wet now, we're just going to bling them up with some glitter. Now I don't know if you can see the glitter.
We're just getting some of it just as it's catching the light. But yeah, unfortunately we don't get the proper
full effect,
which is a shame because they look amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, so just, and this is edible glitter. And then we're going to do the gold.
No, that is silver.
Oh, well done, I was just checking it. I was checking Maria was paying attention.
That's close.
So then we're going to do the gold.
Yeah, the House of Cake pump sprays are fantastic. The quality of them are just beautiful. The colours are great as well.
Oh, I just done that one a second. And then we're going to do the gold. Don't know if you can see the gold.
Just
twinkle.
about coming up, yeah.
Spray this on while your luster's wet so it sticks on. Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to be wet. I'm going to get it all over my hands, so I was going to pick one
Right.
up and just tilt it
Well, what I was
slightly.
going to do is, these are the ones that we did earlier. So, these are the ones that we did earlier. Can you see them twinkle?
Oh yes, we definitely can.
Right,
Just
so
try
that-
and hold it still so it can focus. Yep.
So can you see the twinkle on them?
Yes.
Right, so those are the ones that I did last night, okay? And that's how easy they were done. So that's the gold. And then the silver ones. Can you see them?
Just about, yeah. I mean, you're really not getting the effect that we've got here, but you can see that they're catching the light.
Do it slowly.
But
Can
they
you
are-
see it?
Yeah, that's a bit better. They really are beautiful.
Yeah? Okay, so that's what we're doing. So let me get rid of these now. So let me just get rid of these on here. If you can hear any noise, the gardener's just arrived. So let me move that up there. He forgets that we're in here every Thursday as he makes a racket. Right, let me just move this lot out the way now. Okay.
Yes, Jane, it's like James just said, so easy yet so effective, and it really is with the sprays. I mean, they are really, really quick and easy to do, and the
Yeah.
time that you take, it's literally seconds.
So that's what we've used. We've used the House of Cake luster sprays, the Colour Splash luster sprays and the House of Cake glitter sprays, and there's actually 5 of them. There's a blush, there's a rich gold, can't think, there's a rose gold, isn't there? Can't remember. Yeah, so there's this one, blush, rich gold and rose gold. So again, they're great. Yeah, so I'll put them out of the way. Used all those. And then we're going to get my cloth and clean up wherever I put my cloth.
Gosh, Jackie Sizer said just don't spray it near the microwave. I did, and it was popping for days.
Oh, was it? Right, just let me get my cloth, guys. So, are you enjoying this live? Is everybody enjoying it? Are the newbies enjoying it?
I'm not really seeing anyone new, to be
No?
honest, and no
They're all
one's
shy?
introduced themselves. Yeah, they're probably just shy,
Shy.
just watching in the background, anonymous.
Yeah.
You never know, maybe on Thursday, no, Monday, don't know what it is, maybe on Monday they'll introduce themselves.
Absolutely. Right. So what we're going to do is we're going to use some of the pulpit paste today. Now, I haven't used pulpit paste in years. I remember when I first started cake decorating, I did use it. So we sell this in 1 kilo. You know what? You'll all get your favourite sugar paste, but overall, I think they all work well. It's just down to you guys. You know, you just don't over knead it. Don't put too much corn flour on it. Don't put too much icing sugar on it. So let's just slice some of this off.
Oh, we have got a newbie. We've got Samantha Anderson.
Oh, hello, Samantha.
Hi, Samantha.
So I'm just going to slice some of this off. Look how easy it is to slice. Just slice some of this off. And then Maria, can you just pass me this toasted marshmallow icing sugar?
So we used Karen Davies sugar paste in the moulds.
Yeah.
Okay. So it has already got Tylo in it. And it's designed specifically by Karen for use in her moulds. So they go hand in hand and it works very well.
Yeah, but because we're going to now do the top of the cake, we're just going to use the pulpit paste. So I sell this in 1 kilos and 5 kilos, and it's a really nice paste. It's very easy. It's not sticky at all, as you can see.
So Alison Nicol is also new as well. Elaine Green. Oh, see, they're all saying hello now. Takes one person.
You were all peeping before, were you? You'll soon get brave and start commenting. We have a lovely audience here who watch every week, every Monday, every Thursday. And if they don't, they then go over and watch it. They even send me messages if they can't watch it, which is really lovely. So proper community spirit. So here we go. So we're just going to do exactly the same again. Oof. Now, as I said before, we've iced the with Marzipan the fruit cake. Ideally, you should wait 48 hours before you put the sugar paste on, okay? But we're not going to because we haven't got time. Do my fix again. So bad this, I'm cutting on my silicone mat. Just so bad, don't do that. I can feel those words, do as I say, not do as I do, coming out. I'm doing it nice and thick as well. Okay. Now we are just going to set that on top of that. Don't worry about the edges. You know I like it rustic. Got a little blemish there. Don't worry, it's just a little bit of icing sugar. But we're going to hide that anyhow, so don't panic. Move that over there. Keep kneading this. So for you guys who watch me, I always do, I'm not a perfectionist. I'm not a professional baker, I'm not a hobby baker, we don't like that terminology. I just like baking cake and playing. And all I like to do is, I own Sugar and Crumbs as a company with my husband John. And all I want to do is show you the products that we sell in our shop and how to use them. And you know what, I've just had to learn to use them just like you guys. So what I do is I come in here on a Monday and on a Thursday, and I either have a demonstrator who shows you their products, or I'll come on and do something, or we'll have a guest. I'm still trying to get Laura and Maria to do their special guest appearance. Yeah, believe me, they can bake. So I'm just going to put that down there. Sugar in it. So I'm just going to put this with a bit of sugar in here actually. Shake it, tip it out. this up a bit more. Smells lovely, the sugar base as well. Can you smell it, Laura?
Yeah.
It does smell nice, doesn't
The
it?
smell in the kitchen in general is amazing.
So all we're going to do here is, so I've done it too thick as per usual, so I'm just going to roll that off to the end. I'm doing all the things that Karen Davies is probably watching and going, no, don't do that. Don't use a sharp knife. But all I'm doing is I'm doing it the cheap way. It's got too much sugar paste in here, so let's do this. So you'll see that I've got too much sugar paste, it's all coming out. I'm not very good at measuring it all out, so I don't know which of you guys are, but there is, you know, you do have to practice a little bit with these, so we'll have to do it my way. So I'm just going to push it out. You know, Karen's very good, she knows the exact measurements for her moulds, but I don't. So, there we go. I'm just going to do that. Does anybody else do what I'm doing here?
No one's commented to admit to
They're not
it.
admitting
Just
to
not admitting to it, I think.
it. I've got to say, you can't tell me they all get it right. Is Karen watching, by the way?
I've not seen a comment, but
She's
doesn't
probably
mean that
having
she's
a
not
meltdown.
watching.
What are you doing to me mould? But this is because I've got too much sugar paste, guys. This is not a problem with the mould. This is because I have got too much sugar paste. So therefore, I need to squash it out. So the next bit I do, I hope it do it faster and quicker than that.
I've got a few people saying that they trim it when it's out of the mould.
Yeah. The thing is, I want to try and get it the same thickness. So just hang on a second, a moment. 1 second.
To be fair, Jackie has said even when I weigh it, I get it wrong.
Yeah. I think it's just one of those things, you know what? If you're a professional and you're doing it right, you know what, fine, fair enough, but we're not. We're just having a bit of fun here in the kitchen. So that's going to have to do for me, that. And even though it's Coolpit sugar paste, Karen's moulds just allows it to come out so nice and easy. Yeah. Now guys, sorry I've got to put you through all that again because I need another one. But we'll use a little bit less. Just grab a bit more sugar paste. So easy to cut this. Any questions, Laura?
No, I'm just ignoring a couple of comments from Ellie and Lynn.
Oh yeah, why? What are they saying?
I can't possibly tell you.
Is it rude?
No.
Oh, I want to know now. Is it bad?
No.
No.
So Elian said, yes, Laura, a Maria Christmas special.
Yeah, oh, right.
And then Lynn has jumped on saying, yes, Ellie, a Laura and Maria, a Christmas special.
Yes, that would be good.
Unfortunately, though, Maria's away.
Yes, she
So-
goes away. After helping us with getting the move over, she goes away. She goes back to Spain to visit all her family. How long are you away for? 3 weeks, is it?
10 days.
10 days?
Yes.
I thought it was 3 weeks. Did you take 3 weeks last year, was it?
Yes, last year.
But don't you come back and then go away? Are you going away in January?
Yes.
Yes, I will go. Oh, yeah. Right, okay. So let's try this again now in this mould. Done a bit less sugar paste. I'm probably going to have to fill in. So sorry, Karen, for making a messier mould, but you know what? We're getting there. And sorry, guys, for my sniffles. Actually, that was a lot less paste. That is better, that, actually. Why did I not do that the first time? That was a lot easier, wasn't it? Just shows less is more, doesn't it? Look at that. Look at that. Right. Oof. Just get it right in. The thing is, I don't need all this because the cake isn't that as deep as this. There we go.
It's amazing how it comes out so easily, especially with all
amazing,
that
isn't it?
detail on the mould.
Especially with me bashing it all in and everything else. Her moulds are just so good. You can't knock them, can you? Right, okay then. So now I've got to get that on here.
Easy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Cracking. Right. Let's see. This is me measuring. Right. So do this by eye. I think that looks straight. That.
Yes.
Yeah. Not my eyes then, is it? It looks all right, doesn't it? Right. I just need a tip now. Do I need to just quickly wet this or something? I wouldn't
Yes,
have thought I wetted it.
I would do.
Just with a bit of finger.
Yeah.
A bit of finger. Well, finger water. God. Doesn't sound good, does it?
No.
Right. I'm back. So we're just going to give this a little light water.
So this mould is the Sugar Snowflakes. It's a Karen Davies mould.
Yeah, it's in the wish list.
Yeah.
It's a lovely mould as well,
Beautiful.
worth it. Right, I mean, to be fair, guys, I don't think we've done too bad, have we? We've made the ingredients for the cake. We've iced it, and then we've chucked it on
Come
like
over a
that.
bit for me.
Pardon? Did you see me chuck that on?
It's tucked under just a tiny bit there, right where your hand is.
Right, that was me chucking it on. Ah, there he is. So, is he on it level now?
Yeah.
Super.
That's beautiful, that.
So,
Jane Temple said it's like a version of loose women. This is great. Oh God.
there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. It's all right, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Are we okay?
Yeah.
Right. So we now need to get the other piece on. I just need to remember my measurements. So let's just go back to my measuring again. You know, it's all technical like this. So there we go. And we do that on there. I just need to straighten that up. And then it's all by eye. I'm really shocked I can cut a straight line. Have I done that second time round, Maria? Crikey, even I'm impressed with myself. Even I'm impressed with myself. Oh, I feel the end is near. I've only got Amy sweet stamps to do. I'm going to go and have a lie down for the day. Right, let me just measure this. So that's going to go in there. And then we've got to cut it. Sorry, sniffing there. Right, let's not worry about that because we've got a stretch here. We've got a bit of over excess here. So we're just going to push that in there. push that in there. I need a Dresden tool. So just, sorry Maria, we're just pushing it in there. Has that gone in all right?
Not quite. You've got a bit of a gap, but turn it round if you want, because I can still see it outside.
Can you? Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. So we're missing a bit there, aren't we?
Can you not push round?
You know what that's going to get on it? It's going to get a berry or something.
Yeah.
So we'll just push that in there. Sorry, Maria. You don't need to film this, Maria. I told you before, there's some stuff that has to stay in the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen. What goes on in the kitchen stays in the kitchen. What goes on in your videos. Yeah, so we have lots of guests in. We have FMM cutters in, patchwork cutters, Katie Sue in, Karen Davies. Amy's going to come over herself, I think in January or February. Just got to sort out a date with her. She's in Australia at the moment at the cake shows there. Right, okay, so don't worry about these edges. Okay, you know it's the Carol McFarland way. So let's get our board. Sorry guys, I've just got to go and blow my nose again. Wash my hands. Don't worry, I do keep blowing my nose and washing hands. So Laura, if you want to answer any questions.
There's not really any questions at the moment. Just as Elaine said before, you know, we were asking about putting water on the marzipan. She said you can usually use vodka. So yeah, we just went with a bit of water and it seems to have done the trick. Just to act as a little bit of a glue, just in case the marzipan was a bit dry, that's all.
Right, let's get my sweet stamp board. We're going to transfer it now. So, Laura, you might have to turn the camera up.
Okay.
I'll lift this up. Because we are now going to lift this onto here.
Okay.
So let me just get a hand thing.
Kaz is fascinated that you can use fondant so well with long nails. I think you just get used to it, to be quite honest. I've always had long nails and I've always used fondant.
I've got to be honest, I trained to be a nail technician since I was 26. And then I don't do my own nails now, but I've had long nails on since I was 26. And since I'm 56 now, I can do anything, make the beds, I do all the cleaning, everything. Nothing phases me. Work in the warehouse, everything. Yep. And they're not actually that long in fairness.
No.
So we need to get the best side of this cake. Is there a best side?
Basically not one with the seams.
Yeah. Okay, well done, Laura.
Yeah. Turn it a bit more.
Right.
That's it.
So how are we going to get this on here?
You're going to slide it off, aren't you?
Yeah. Are you helping me?
Over there a bit. So you're more in the centre. This way a bit.
You're going to get it. Way.
There you go.
Oh, there we go.
With my gorgeous hands in front of the camera.
Did we like that? So there's a tip there. You need your husband's help or your wife's help or whoever's help you need. Someone's help.
Although we haven't actually stuck it down, but I'm sure it'll be fine.
Oh, don't need. Is that heavy? You don't need to stick this down. Okay, right. So we're going to get the fondant now.
Yeah, so Nancy's saying, love the mould, it would be nice with a white luster. Absolutely, you can spray it, you can dust it. Karen did a couple of different techniques about how to do just the embossed parts of the moulds on Monday. So that's a really good video to watch back as well. But yeah, anything really. You can use the pump sprays that we've used today before you pop it onto the cake. Whatever you fancy.
Now you've got to remember, guys, I have decorated this in 2 hours. If I was doing this on my own, I would take a lot more time and I'd be able to sit down and I'd be able to look at it. You know, I'm having to do this as a live. So sometimes, you know, I do get some criticism. When Maria does a 1 minute video, she gets warts and all. And, you know, we put those in the videos, but people who haven't watched a live go, that's a bit untidy, and they give me a little dig now and again, and which I think is a bit unfair if they haven't watched a full live. They haven't realised this is not something that I've mixed the ingredients, I've got the cake in the oven, I've prepared stuff, I've got everything here all in 2 hours. It's a lot to do. And so I know it's not going to be perfect, but there we go. So we're just going to do this on here.
Right, just needed to bring it over. Yes, thank you.
So we're just doing this little circle on here. I'm going to flatten that down. I'm just going to get some luster and a brush.
Sue Mary, you haven't missed the sweet stamp. So Carol's already pre-prepared this board. So she went through the sweet stamps at the very beginning. She didn't show you how to use them, but she went through the different designs and styles that we've got. And the curly set is the one that's been used on the board at the moment. And then Carol's used the sweet stamp brushes that are sold in a pack of 2, just to fill in with some edible dust that's been turned into paint.
Yeah, I'm just going to find some luster.
So the name of the stamps that's being used, the brand name is Sweet Stamps. There's all different designs that in terms of the font that you can purchase. So you've got handwritten, you've got curly, you've got stylish, all available on the website at Sugar and Crumbs.
Don't worry guys, this will come together. Right, I've just got to take my glasses off a minute. Right.
No, Joy, I think you can use this particular mould at any time of the year. It depends on the theme of your cake. It has got very intricate snowflakes on there, but I think if I've seen loads of winter weddings with snowflakes as the themes, children's parties. There's a particular film and everyone, you've got to have made a frozen cake at one point. So yeah, I think it totally depends on the theme that you're actually doing. But also remember, you don't just have to use the moulds with the sugar paste. As Karen did and we've done before, you can use them for biscuit dough as well.
So we made biscuits with them last week.
Yeah, so
you could
gorgeous.
Use this mould for a biscuit of dough and then cut them out.
Yeah.
So you could put the dough in and then cut the biscuit shapes out. Which is what Karen did. She cut little stars, didn't she?
Yeah, yeah.
So sorry, I'm just dusting this up a minute. I don't know whether you can actually see the
We're
shine.
just starting to see a little bit, yeah.
It's actually shinier here in the kitchen than it is.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to just get as much of this on as I can. I'm not too bothered that it's going on my board. I'll show you why after. It's a bit like a moment this. You wonder what's going to happen and then it all sort of pulls together miraculously.
Yeah.
Even I don't know what's going to happen.
As you're turning that now, we can just see the light shimmering on that now. It's beautiful.
So all I'm using here is just one of the Fractal lusters, which I must say is all on offer at the moment. The Fractal lusters are not in the wish list, but they're because there was just too many of them. But if you go to Fractal and go to their dusts are beautiful and they're all suitable for a vegan, vegetarian diet as well. So you can use their edible pens, their paints, their airbrush colours, all suitable for vegans and vegetarians, and they're beautiful colours. So I'm just going to try and paint this. I might have to finish painting this afterwards, otherwise I'm going to be here all day. I'll just get as much as I can on. I'm not too bothered about what's gone on the board. I'll just shine up the board with that as well. I'm not bothered about that. So I know this isn't a professional cake, guys. I know this has got errors and mistakes in, but this is when you're at home in your own kitchen, you can spend a bit more time. I'm just trying to miraculously show you in 2 hours how to use a couple of moulds and things. So, does anybody know what I did that dressing tool? Brush. Right, okay. I think even Laura and Maria are holding their breath now and wonder what's going to happen next, so I don't know. So let's get our decorations. Right, where's that bowl of water gone? I have a small bowl of water here. Oh, there it is. So we're just going to just tap a finger around there. Put that on. You're all holding your breath. I can feel myself holding the breath just as I've broke that winter reef in half there. So hang on a second. Don't worry. I'm not panicking. Wait a minute. Let's just do it this way, a second, it'll be easier. You're all holding your breath there. I have broke this a couple of times. These have not been set long enough, so don't panic because we've got things to hide things. Need another silver one of those. Must have known that I needed one, wasn't it?
Any idea how long the Karen Davis sugar paste takes to dry?
Well, the Karen Davis sugar paste dries pretty quickly, really. But I have wet this with luster, so
Yeah.
it does take a bit longer, and I only did this last night.
Yeah.
And to be fair, this isn't Karen Davis sugar paste. That's on here. This is the Cool-Pit stuff with no Tyler in. So I just need my cloth. So, let me just get some royal icing. Just going to get some royal icing in here. Let's just mix this up a bit. Let's go back. Piping back. Now in terms of the design, guys, I've never thought of this design. This is just, even I don't know what this cake's going to look like, but I'm sure it's going to look absolutely fine. Have faith in me. And then when we've done this, we're going to have a clean up, and we're just going to have a quick go of the Amy Sweet stamps. I'll show you how to use those. I've just got some royal icing in here. Scissors. So I'm just going to have to turn the board round a minute because I need to. So I'm going to put some berries on. Oh, sorry, so we're going to put some berries on there. Are you going to get every mistake, Maria?
No? I'm going to do magic.
Yeah, you're going to do your magic, are you? Well, let's just see.
Hi Lindsay, you have missed a lot I'm afraid, Jess, but you know you can always catch up when we finish.
Which Lindsay's that?
Maciver.
Oh, she knows. She knows we normally finish this time.
Yeah, but she's
on,
shocked that we're
Lindsay.
still on there.
Yeah. Off again.
Such a clever idea to use the ring on the top to lift it up. I love the gold and silver together as well.
Me too.
I think maybe I should have put right on that. No. So, just hang on a minute, guys. I'll just put on a few more things. Thinking, Laura.
I know, well, you know. Up there for thinking, down there for dancing.
Yeah. So, let me just see.
Ria, we're going to try and do a very quick go of the sweet stamps once we finish putting the
Just give me a
decorations. Yeah, just give us a few minutes. We're going to try our very best to do a quick demo of the sweet stamps.
I'm dying in here with the heat. So let's just do this one here. We'll do that there. Do that there. Just take one of these.
A little gap on this side.
Yeah. We are coming together.
It really is.
We've got a lot of decorations to get on here. Don't worry. Look at me, I'm dripping wet. So, yeah, no, I'm going to get that. I don't know what this looks like.
Amazing.
I don't know what it looks like. I'm actually quite concerned. I'm just throwing stuff on
No,
it
it's
now.
fantastic.
So, I think you're just going to have to get what you're given now. It's our little gold woodland theme.
Absolutely.
Just got to wait for some things to stick. Right, okay, so a couple of acorns and stuff there. So I have made mistakes on here, but you know, you guys are really good. You're quite sympathetic to the fact, you know, what we've done in this short amount of time. And just stick a few more things in here. We're getting there.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks fantastic. Very positive comments coming through as well.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm amazed. Right, let me just hide a few of my side bits. What's up, Laura?
Nothing. Nothing at all. Oh, so Samantha Anderson said this is beautiful. If it needs a new home, I'd be more than happy to oblige.
Oh, you know what? I'm so pleased because you can't believe how much stress I'm under here. I feel myself. Oh dear. I hope you do all like it. Right, okay, so I've just hid my berries there. So I'm just going to put in a couple of nuts there. Right, don't think we need to add anything else. What are you two dancing around at? You're getting on my nerves now because I don't know what you're talking about.
We're just adjusting the light focus on the
Just a
camera
minute.
for people, that's all.
Just
That's all we're doing.
if you're wondering what I can see, I'm trying to concentrate on my cake and all you can see is all these sort of signals that they're doing to each other. I know what they're trying to do, they're trying to get the light in, so let me just see, I think, have I got enough on that cake? Will that do? Wait a minute, we've got a blob there. Let's see what that blob is.
Yeah, everyone's saying love the gold and silver together, it looks wonderful.
Right, okay, so what we're going to do then is,
Don't worry, it's not here.
you won't be able to see it so well here, but
Wow.
I love that.
Bit of bling.
yeah, this is the Wilton sparkling sugar, just to give it that bit of crunch. Hide everything that I've made as a mistake.
No, I love it round the board as well. That's gorgeous.
Alright, okay. And we're just going to put in some of these little bits.
Everyone's saying you're your own worst critic, it looks fabulous. You're finding issues where there are none.
It's hard being here for 2 hours, believe me. Especially when I've no freaking idea what I'm doing. But anyhow,
Looks fantastic.
stick a couple of these little pebbles in as well. Just like a little bit of silver in as well. I'm not doing those other ones.
Iris,
Gardening, aren't
Iris said winged it, now blinged it.
I? Exactly, that's what we've got to do. I'm just going to stick a few of those on.
Yeah, Richard Crompton said, it's Christmas, as Noddy Holder would say.
Yeah.
You just need the festive soundtrack playing in the background now.
Yeah, I know. Do you know when I first started doing the lives, I used to have a little bit of music on in the background, but then somebody kept reporting us to YouTube.
Oh, for God's sake.
Honestly. of all the bad things that are going on in the world, people
I
are
know.
concerned that I might have a bit of music on in the kitchen. So we kept having our videos being removed. There's always some arse out there, isn't there? Honestly, I really sometimes wonder what people have to think about complaining about. Right, do you know what, guys?
We're done.
I think
That is stunning.
Yeah, I think we're done. Let me just brush my sugar off a bit.
Yeah, stunning. Now step away.
I know, I'm trying to step away. I am. Right, okay, you'll have to do. You get the idea, don't you? So this one's going home to Laura's house. She's having it. And then we're going to make Maria one next week. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Just give me 5 minutes now. So what you can do if you want, those who want to stay, okay, we're still going to stay live so you can see us cleaning up in the kitchen and everything else. But you've now got 5 minutes to go and get a brew, go and have a wee, whatever, leave your computer running, okay? And you're going to see us go clean everything up, all right? Because I don't want to turn the live off, I want to keep it going. So we're just going to move that out of the way and then we'll get the Amy Sweet Stamps done. So go and, you can either entertain yourself by watching us, or try not to swear, and or you can go and have a wee and a brew, go and do that. And while you're at it, make me one. Right, okay, let me move this stuff out of the way.
So I'll just recap for anyone that's joined us part way through. You can purchase everything on the Sugar and Crumbs website that we've used today. It includes the Karen Davis moulds, the Katie Sue moulds, the sweet stamps that we're going to do a quick demo of, the House of Cake sprays and the colour splash sprays. All the edible items that Carol's used, including the Wilton sugar, those little silver add-ons that she's just added as well. So they're all on the Sugar and Crumbs website. The easiest way to purchase from us is to either shop by brand or use the search bar at the top of the page. Carol's made it even easier by creating a Facebook wish list. So if you head over to the right hand side of the page, you can use the Facebook wish list and drop down and find the items there. As Carol said, the fractal dusts are not included on the wish list because there's just far too many of them to add. But again, if you shop by brand and go to Fractal, they are actually in the sale at the moment, so there's a really good discount on those dusts, and they've been very, very popular. Anyone who's missed any of the Facebook Live, you can catch up either by looking for the pinned post to the top of the Facebook page when we finish, so the whole live will be on there. Alternatively, you can wait and it will be uploaded to YouTube. And the best way to find our videos on YouTube is to search for Sugar and Crumbs with Nifty Nozzles. And once you've found our page, if you click to subscribe, you will then get YouTube notifications that we've got new videos. That includes all the Facebook Live tutorials and the 1 minute videos that Maria creates for you from the Facebook Live tutorial. So they're all squished down into a 1 minute video, and it literally is magic. So it's all the really important parts of it, all squished in with little captions of the method and things like that of the ingredients. So again, head over to YouTube to find those. Carol spoke about the community page before, so if anyone who is watching us today isn't a member, head over to Facebook, and it's Sugar and Crumbs All About Cake Community. So you do have to answer a couple of questions to be able to join the page. We really appreciate it if once you've joined that you do read the rules, because there are a few things on there that we do ask you to stick to. So things like advertising any copy products, any links to external copy products, anything that we sell, obviously we want to advertise on our page, and ultimately it is our community page. So obviously big up to Sugar and Crumbs first and foremost. And if there's anything that you're not sure about, just drop us a quick message or just ask one of the admins to get in touch with you if you're not too sure. You're welcome to post any of the makes on there that you've done. If you've got any questions or any ideas or anything like that, post on there your question. It's a really friendly forum and there's loads of different opinions. There's nothing right or wrong, it's just different opinions, and that's what we need to remind everybody of. Everyone's got their own way of doing things, their own way of decorating and baking, their own recipes, and that's fine. It's just a difference of opinion. So again, the community page is a brilliant page to head over to when you've got a couple of minutes after the live, of course. Got loads of people saying that they're on the way to my house for cake now.
Are they? Your dad will be on it first, won't he?
Yeah,
Do you think he'll be pleased with that one?
Oh, we will, because he loves fruitcake, so yeah.
And Maria's got a new light box, so she'll be playing with that afterwards, taking pictures.
Yeah.
So that'll do for your Christmas cake, won't it?
Absolutely. There you go. See Maria in the background, cleaning up.
job, Maria.
Absolutely.
So Maria, are we going in the middle here then? Is that where we're going to do the sweet stamps here?
Yeah.
Yeah, hope so.
Yeah. It's the best view, especially now I'm a bit higher.
So we're going to put that over there so that they can see. This over here. Right, let's get all the sweet stamps out. So quite a long live, guys. Thank you for bearing with us. Right. So I haven't had a chance to make the other mixes, but I am going to mix them afterwards, and I'm going to get Maria to film them. So we won't go live with them, but I'll get Maria to film them while we're doing them so that you can see what we've done. Okay. Did we give everybody 5 minutes there? I don't think we're quite 5 minutes, are we?
Well, it's almost, yeah, it's just after 10 past, so we'll give them a few minutes. At least 3 or 4, I reckon.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, well, while we do that, do you mind if I just go and get a drink? Can you pass us one of those Diet Cokes out there? And I'll go and blow my nose yet again and wash my hands. So, actually, you know what? It's not bad, that, actually,
It's
is it?
beautiful.
Not too bad, is it?
No, not at all. It's gorgeous.
Thanks.
Not bad at all.
Check this cake. Let's just have a look at this cake. Right. So how many stayed with us watching, and how many went and got a brew?
Well, Karen Roberts has just come back. Made a cuppa, I'm back with you.
Good girl. That's what we like. Who sat there watching us like you wait for us to swear? Right, okay, let me just check this cake in the oven. Ooh, he's doing nice. Doing nice, he's doing nice. Right, okay, Amy Sweet Stamps. Now, the first time I had a go with the Amy Sweet Stamps was a couple of weeks ago, and it was just when I was beginning to be poorly. And I sat in the kitchen on a Saturday or Sunday night. I think John posted a picture of me playing with them. And like everything, you know, you just get them out. You can't wait. You don't really read everything or look at everything. And I got them out on the board, couldn't wait, and I thought my idea was, let's just do all the capitals in handwritten, all the capitals in stylish and elegant in every range, then do them all in lowercase. But that's not really how they work. They didn't look particularly great. So here they are. So when I got all the handwritten out in the uppercase, you know, they didn't really look right. It doesn't look right all in the capital letters. So, and I did the same with the elegant. All these brush marks, by the way, is because we've touched this and caught it on there. So it wasn't when we painted them. I'm going to throw them away now, I've shown you. So these are my mistakes, really. So this is just playing with them, playing with the numbers so you could see the size of them. So we can gladly pop those in the bin now. Now, there was a lady on who was saying yesterday she found the sweet stamps difficult to use. There is other brands, and to be fair, the sweet stamps are the most expensive ones. Now, it's like everything. When you're a leader of anything, you know, you bring it out, but it's generally a small company. You know, like Alexander, who does the nozzles, he's only a small company. We're a small company. Amy's a small company, you know, but she's trying to use the best materials. She makes them up looking very pretty. She makes everything up looking very pretty, very colour-coded, very neat. They all come on a nice little pad, so they don't come loose in a box, because you can buy them so that they're loose and they're all chucked in a box, and you know what, if that's how you want them, fine. But Amy likes them so that you've got them all in a nice tray, so you can pop them all back in again. You know, it's like having a little bit of a jigsaw session afterwards, finding out where do they go back again. So I'll have to play with that now. But basically, you know, they come in a nice little tray. How do you store them? Some people say that they should come in a storage box. Well, How many items do you buy that you don't get a storage box? Everything you buy, you don't get a storage box for. Those are the things that you have to buy to go with it. Some people said, oh, I thought I would have got the tacky pad with it. Well, it does say in the terms and conditions you don't get the tacky pad. It's an extra thing, you know, she makes a good quality product. It's an extra thing and it's something that you have to buy, and it does say that. But you don't need the tacky pad, okay? And then some people say that they're difficult to use, they're very hard to impress onto. And I've realised that probably where people have gone wrong is that they are impressing after the sugar paste is dried. And you must impress when you've rolled on. So let's use this board here. So we're going to use this board. Let's roll the sugar paste out. There's my rolling pin gone. So we're just going to I might not have enough sugar paste here for this one, let's see. I might have to cut off a bit more sugar paste in it, let's just see. But this is us just playing, okay? In fact, you know what, let's cut some more sugar paste off and do it job properly. There's the knife. So that I've got enough for the whole board. For the boards, do you know what, just use a cheap sugar paste. I am using a dear one, I'm using Culpits here, but that's just what I've got to hand. So, you know, just go and get yourself a cheap one from the supermarket for your boards. And then the rest is take your time. You know, it's like I say to ladies when they're using the Russian piping tips, you know, go and bake your cakes during the day, you know, sort out the kids, sort out your ironing, your washing, do your job, whatever it is you've got to do. Do everything, get it out the way, okay? And then at night time, when everybody's gone to bed and the dog's asleep and everything else, then come back to your Amy Sweet Stamps and just do them relaxing. Just put some music on, you know, have a little play with the fonts and decide what name you're going to use. And before you put them on the pad, and I made a mistake on here last night, I put them on the pad and then I had to dig it off the pad and try and smooth it out because I actually put the letter in upside down. And then people say you can't read the letters. You can't read the letters very well. Well, that's why they're different fonts. You know, some of them are very curly and twirly, some of them are very old-fashioned, some of them are block, you know, but that's the whole idea. So, you know, and then some people say they prefer to handwrite. Well, that's very good, but I can't handwrite normally. So there's no chance of me hand painting it onto a cake normally. Some people like to trace. That's great. You know, nobody has to buy the sweet stamps. You know, you all buy your own. But do remember that this is a young girl's business. This is her dream. This is what she's promoting. So, you know, and Amy is very good. If you've got any questions, you can go to her. She has a Facebook page. She has a personal page. You can go to her and private message her, and she will help you with everything she possibly can. Okay, so I don't know how I ended up with this triangle shape when I was meant to be going for a round, but anyhow, let's see. Right, there we go. Sometimes worry about myself. So let's just put this on the board.
Richard Crompton said he thinks they're very good quality. He hasn't used a tacky pad yet, but he said it again, very easy to use when you use the sugar paste fresh.
Yes.
You just have to use a light pressure and watch how deep you go.
Exactly.
Because it's easier to paint when they're not so deep.
Yeah, it is. And I'm at fault for going too deep. I do push in. I quite like them looking deep, but Richard's right, they're easier to paint when they're not so deep. So, but you must put them on when your sugar paste is fresh. So you won't get an impression if it's dry. Think about it, your cake's dry. What are you going to do? You're not going to get anything out of it. So, anyhow, here we go. So we're going to actually do it today without the tacky pad. So let me just get that out of the way, put that in the thing. Now Amy does say, okay, she does say that this range, the handwritten range, is the range that's the easiest one. So I've tipped all these out the pad now. And when you come to get your tacky pad, when you come to get your stamps, okay, they come, I don't sell them separate. Some companies sell them as one and that as another set, but I sell them as a set. So when you come to get them, you do need a little needle thing just to help lift them out. And don't force them, you know, just wiggle them and then just ping them up, okay? You do get lots of little bits as well, so you'll find that there's some little bits that come out. I think there's one there. No, not there. I've binned most of mine. But you will find like there's little, see these little triangle bits, see these? They had all little plastic bits in. So those you can bin, don't save them, you don't need them, okay? And you're quite right, when you're storing them, some people say, yeah, but when you're storing them, you have to store them flat, otherwise they'll fall out. Well, how many of you got a drawer of cutters? How many of you got a drawer of all sorts of things that you can't store flat, that you've got to put in a drawer? So you know what you do with these is you store them, you put them on top of each other, you put them flat and you put them flat into one of your little drawers, or you get yourself a shoe box and put them in a shoe box, you get yourself a plastic box. You know, it's not difficult really, but I think these are much nicer than having to keep picking them all up and putting them in a tub, and I think you can see them easier. So what we're going to do is, we're going to do Maria's name on here, and then we'll do Laura's name as well. So we're going to go for the capital M, and I'm going to have to do this upside down. So we're going to do the capital M. So my advice to you is, can you see all right there, Laura?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my advice to you is put the name out first. So we've used the capital M. Now we want the A. And Maria's going to have to help me now find the A in these. Can you find all your letters in these? Maria. Because I tipped them out.
Okay.
So there's the I. I'll let you do it because you've got the right way around there. So we need the A. Under pressure now. Let's see, it's not the A. No, it's not the A. Yeah. No. We're all having fun here now, aren't we? Crikey. I should have put them back in the pad, it would have been easier. Let me put them back in the pad, it'd be easier. Sorry, after tipping them all out, it'd be easier if I put them back in the pad for me to find the letters. I feel as though my eyes are going into a blur here. So there's the P, there's the S, S, T, P. What's that one? That's a B. That's a D. Do we know what that one is? Oh, it's the X, isn't it? Yeah, the X. Sorry guys, just got to play with these.
Ellie said, wrap cling film around them. So once you put
Yeah.
them back into your pad, in the plastic pad that they come with, wrap cling film around them. Ah, it's a brilliant idea,
Yeah,
actually.
Absolutely. Great idea. But you know, it's just like, I heard some of the comments and I think, well, what do you get a storage box with? You don't get a storage box with anything, you know, and I do feel for Amy. She's trying really, really hard. And, you know, she's trying to do as many nice, pretty demos as there is out there. So, sorry guys, you're going to have to bear with me while I do these. Just while I find the letters. I think that's the A, Maria. Oh, that's the Q. The Q. You would never have thought trying to find the letters looking at them loose. There you go, that's why you don't want them in a box. If you got them in the box, it'd be even worse. You've got to try and find them then. So, what do we think that one is? What was that?
There is no A.
Yes, there was an A. There was an A. Don't tell me I've lost it already.
That's
It's
the
the big M,
capital.
isn't it? Yeah. I was going to say, I've ended up with two M's. There's the A. There it is. There's the A. Oh, so don't say that to me, Maria. I know there's an A. So M-A R. Just play with it a minute. R. And then we need the I.
I think we've got the
So
I out.
I. And then we need an A again, don't we, on the end? Which we have to reuse again. Right. So let's see. Don't know whether you can see it very well on there.
Yeah, I can see it now.
So just play with them, line them up first, make sure that you've got them how you want them. So it's really quite nice if you do the bigger A like that, A, R, and then the R is a bit of a funny one. So I have to look at it again. You see, that's not the R. A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, yes, that is the R. R, I, yeah. And would you turn that more that way, or would you keep it that way? Because the R curls there, doesn't it? And then flicks up to the A.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
So you do the R
That's
that
it.
way. So when you're doing your real writing, you've got your M, you come up to your A, and you twirl around, you come up to your R,
Yeah.
up to your I, and then we need that A to go on the end there again,
Yeah.
okay? So we've got it right, how we feel that we want it. Bearing in mind I've got to do this upside down for you guys now. So we're going to put the M there. Now you can shape it and go around the board, but we're just going to make this easy. We're going to... move that over there. We're going to move the R. Do the I. Yeah. Now it's a bit off centre, so now then we have to play with it again. Move it, centralise it. And you know, it's like doing a jigsaw puzzle, you're just playing.
You'd be the same even if you were using, even if you had fondant letters cut out, you'd still
Yeah.
have to play about to centralise them and things like that
Yeah,
anyway.
it's like everything, it just needs a bit of work, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So we'll move this up here. So we'll do the eye. Do we feel that's centralised?
Yeah, just remember
Yeah.
you've got your A at the end anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Does that look level enough? Yeah. And then all I'm going to do is use a card. So on the card, just going to gently press down. So you don't need a tacky pad. Okay. So we're just going to, now I've probably pressed mine a bit too deep because I always do. And then we're just going to flick them out. Flick them out. Flick the eye out. I'm going to put the A in again on here. Push that one down. Oh, sorry, stuck my needle in. I'm going to flick it up again. Now because I've just caught that there, I'm just going to smooth it in. Okay, so let's do Laura. Let's do Laura in a different style now. So we'll do Laura.
Don't take them out.
And we're not going to take them out. So we're going to do Laura. So we'll put it on the board there. There's an A, and then we need the lowercase. So L-A, L-A, U, okay. Q. Oh no, what do I want a Q for? No idea. We want a U, don't we, Sarah? What do you want a Q for?
What are you?
What are you? Crikey, losing my marbles. Right, yeah, let's move that down there. U. So L-A-U, and then we want the R. Oh, it's been a long day. So, let me see the R? Is that the R? Oh, and then we need the A again on
I was
the
going to
end.
say, you can have the same problem.
Yeah, so can you see that there?
Yeah.
So we're going to join that together. So we're going to put Laura there. And then we're going to move this in here. I think we'll lift it up. One of it. Some of it. Another U. And the idea is to make it look like it's joined right in. A, U. R. Now again, we are doing this at speed and I am doing this upside down. So we're just going to do a lighter press on this one, hopefully. So that A we're going to move over to the end. I'll just put that upside down.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yep. I'm going to take the U out. And we've got the A there. Yeah.
Yeah, can you bring
Okay.
the board over to the centre for me?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. I didn't realise we were at the centre. Now we could do a couple of swirls if we wanted to. Get a bit giddy. Do a couple of swirls.
Just before you do that, sorry, can I just hold it? Just because it's white on white, it's a bit difficult to capture light, that's all.
So these swirls and elements are just to make it prettied up, really. So you could just get your little card, do that there, and we could just do the same again. We'll use the same one. And we're just going to flick it over on this side. So it's the same, well, the same level there, do you think?
Yes, more or less.
More or less. Are you all holding your breath?
There's just a bit of debate going on about whether the first set were handwritten or not, so I'm just going to run through the different ones that we've got. So the letters are all $44.99, the numbers are $19.99, the brushes are $11.99, the tacky pad, which is the oblong one for the letters and numbers, is $11.99. There's also a cookie tacky pad, which is $9.99. So the difference is the font styles. And there's just basically it's a personal choice, it's personal preference. So we've got the handwritten set, which is the blue set that Carol's used. We've got the elegant set, which is the bubblegum pink set that Carol's just used for My Name Laura, which is the set Maria's just showing you there. We've also got the pistachio, which is the curly set, which is what Carol used for the Merry Christmas board, which is that one. We've also got the stylish, which is actually out of stock. You must have been quick watching today's live. So the stylish is the coral coloured pad.
Really? Because they've got load in there.
Oh, numbers and symbols is out of stock. Sorry.
Yeah. I was going to say I've got load in stock last night.
Then we've also got the yellow pad, which is the cookie, upper and lowercase numbers and symbols. So that's the cookie size one. The elements, so you've got the curls and swirls, and you've also got the unicorn eyes, and the elements are $12.99 each. So they are separate. The unicorn eyes is one set, and the curls and swirls is another set. So like I said, they're all on the Facebook, on the website. Again, either pop in the search bar Sweet Stamp or if you go to the wish list, they're on there as well.
Yeah, and do remember that when you buy the full set, the bigger set, you get free delivery as well. I've tried to keep these prices as keen as I possibly can. Amy is in Southern Ireland, and therefore their VAT, they don't have to pay VAT over there, but as soon as they hit the UK, I've got to add VAT to them. So, you know, there's actually not a lot of profit in them. But what I will say is, you know, they're a good quality stamp, they're very pretty, they're very easy to use. And yes, you know what, there is cheaper models out there is cheaper lookalikes out there. It's up to you what you buy, but I'm very much about buying a quality product, so I'm not here to tell you what to buy. What I'm here to do is show you what I like, and seeing as Amy came out with them first and brought them to the market, and her marketing is excellent, and she's always on hand to help. You know, I think it's actually a good value product. I'm going to take my glasses off because I'm going to have to get up close. Now, I've never actually painted upside down before, so are we on this camera, Laura?
Yeah.
Are we down here now? Oh, sorry.
It's all right.
Sorry.
It's all right.
Right.
You're okay?
Am I covered up?
Yep.
Right, okay. Might be showing my boobs, so sorry, guys. Right, okay, so it's going to be a bit difficult for me to paint live
That's it.
because I'm going to have a nervous little finger, but you know what, we're going to go with it, okay? So I do like Amy's brushes, and they don't have to be whose name was I writing here first? Maria's,
Maria.
isn't it? Yeah, sorry. Because it's upside down, I didn't know what I was doing then. So it doesn't have to be really neat. Because I'm sure you lot think that's neat, but it actually isn't.
But again, it is all about practice. I mean,
Yeah.
like you've said before, the first time you bake a cake, you always feel that you can make an improvement. The first time you decorate a cake, you feel you can make an improvement. So each time you use these, you'll feel to yourself, oh, I'll do that differently next time.
Yeah, exactly.
Or, you know, maybe this is a better way of doing it again. So, you know, it is all about having a practice with them. And there's no issue in just getting, you know, like you've done here, just a board or a drum, cover it over in some cheap fondant or sugar paste, and just have a go.
So I'm not quite used to painting letters upside down. Does anybody have a problem if I turn it the
No,
right way?
Joy Stewart has actually just said, just turn the board around, we can still see what you're doing.
Because I just can't work out the letters, they don't look right. So all we're going to do is, so if you buy the Amy Sweet Stamps brushes, which are absolutely lovely, they've got this lovely little, can you see that?
Yeah.
They've got this lovely little thing to hold, it really helps steady your hand. And you get a thicker one and a thin one. So what I'm going to do is, I'm actually just going to do all the thicker areas. So I find that easier. And you know what, if you get a bit on the side, it doesn't matter. What I do is, if I get a bit on the side, I just paint it in. So we're just going to do all the thicker bits here. And then I'm going to get the thinner brush then and just do all the little thin bits. And do you have to have a steady hand? Well, yeah, you do really, but I haven't got a steady hand, so you know what, there's going to be a few squiffy bits on here, but the thing is, nobody really gets up that close. And on that Merry Christmas there, which I'll bring back afterwards, there's loads of mistakes on that. But nobody gets that up that close to it.
But it's again, like you say, you only see your own flaws. And it's like when people have decorated a cake and say, I can see loads of mistakes, all I can see is the mistakes. But to another eye, they just see the amazing parts.
Yeah, well, exactly, that's it. I mean, how many of you guys make a cake and you're not really happy with it? And the customer is just overjoyed. They're overjoyed. They don't see what we see.
So Margaret's just joined us. So these are the sweet stamps. So Carol's just demonstrating how we can use them without the tacky pad. We've just been through the different styles that are available on the website, on the Sugar and Crumbs website. So Margaret, the best thing to do, just so I don't have to recap again for everybody, is just to have a quick look back on the Facebook Live once we've finished, or head over to the Sugar and Crumbs website, and then you can have a look at the stock that we've got available for the sweet stamps. There's different styles available, upper and lower case, and numbers and symbols, and also the tacky pads if you want to buy it, as well as the brushes are as well. So someone's just asking me a question. Shelley, have we got the cookie ones? Yes.
Yes, they're in stock.
We have the cookie ones are $44.99, and they are a full set of uppercase, lowercase, numbers and symbols. And then if you want to purchase it, the cookie tacky pad is also available as well at $9.99. And someone's just telling me that Curly is out of stock. The numbers and symbols are not out of stock. Let me check the actual pad.
I will tell you that I sell these fast.
Yes.
We get them in, and believe me, I order a lot. I spend a lot of money with this company ordering these, and we get them in and they're out very quickly. Let me just get another colour for Laura's name.
Curly isn't showing out of stock at the moment, so the Curly upper and lower case set is the pistachio pad, and that isn't showing that it's out of stock. So you might need to just refresh your page. The handwritten is out of stock, unfortunately. So as Carol said, they do sell very, very quickly.
So the Fractile colours I've got on offer at the moment. So if you want to buy those, they're on offer at the moment. They're only on offer until tomorrow night, because they should have finished last week, but I kept them in because I knew Karen was going to be in, and I knew I was going to be using them for the sweet stamps. So if you want the Fractile colours, which is what we're using now, make sure
you get them. Lindsay McIver says she's just done her big order before they go off offer.
Yeah. They're the cheapest I can do them. Somebody messaged me last night and said if they buy the whole range, can I do a discount? And I thought these are meant to be $2.95 each. I sell them for $2.49, and I've got them on offer at the moment for £2 each. So, right, okay. So we are. I think I pressed that A in far enough on there, Laura. So I'm just going to have to go back and press that A in again after. Got it there for me, Maria. Has everyone stopped breathing with me?
Yeah. No, we've got lots of positive comments saying they are very classy, they're very effective.
I mean, bearing in mind, this is my third attempt at using them. I had a go that time when I was ill and I did it completely wrong. And then I had my little go last night, which was 10 to 11, I think, last night when I was playing with them. And then I'm now live showing you lot. Which,
yeah, with the added pressure.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm sorry if I got a few shaky bits, but it's hard going live.
Richard Crompton says it's very therapeutic. But I think it is. Once you get into the swing of doing these, to actually do them and paint them, it really is therapeutic.
I think it's something you should do when you're quiet. I don't think it's something you should do when you've got a riot going on around you. Or when you're in a rush, don't do it then.
No, you've got to be prepared. Like, prepare your board, get these painted, let them dry.
And the other thing is, you don't have to paint them when the paste is soft. So you can go and impress them and then walk away. And then paint your board when it's dry, or when you're ready next week, whenever you want to sit down and paint them. So you'll see I'm using 2 brushes of Amy's. I'm using the thicker one for the thicker bits, and then the thinner ones. Some just might be able to see that. Oops, thank you. Actually, no. So I press this one in a bit too light. And the idea is to push them up so they look like joined writing. So it's not the neatest job, guys, but it's just to show you.
I love those colours.
So
just also, someone's asked me for a comparison of the cookie size compared to the standard size ones.
I'll show you.
So I've not got a cookie pad open, but we've got them.
Oh, you can open that one.
You sure?
Yeah, open it. It's my one, that one. A customer was desperate in need of a cookie pad, and I had to let her have my cookie pad because she was desperately needing it. So she said to me, "Carol, can I have yours?" I went, okay then. So I'll take one back out of stock today.
Oh, right, okay.
So you can open that one.
Remind me to take it out.
Pardon?
Remind me to take it out.
I've took it
Oh,
out
you
of
took
stock.
it? Oh, right,
Yeah.
okay. That's all right then.
Do you want that? How's the audience doing? Are they staying with us?
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry.
So the cookie pad, you'll see it's a lot smaller. Can you see? How close is that?
Yeah, we are really
So
close.
it's a lot smaller. These are for your cupcakes or tiny bits of writing. But on here you get the uppercase, the lowercase, the numbers and the symbols. The symbols are like the and sign, the at sign, the exclamation mark, a question mark. So you get 1 to 9. You've got your 0, you've got your at, your and, your exclamation mark and your question mark. You've got your hashtag. And then you do get like 2 Y's and 2 X's, even though you've got the uppercase here, like she's given you 2 A's here, 2 E's. I'm not quite sure why she's done that, but there's 2 A's, there's 2 E's, there's 2 Y's. Which one's that? Is that V or a U? 2 U's, 2 S's. So I'm not quite sure why she's done that in those sets, but she has.
Joe, the reason you're getting that message saying we do not have enough stock to fulfill is possibly because someone's got it in their basket and is in the process of checking out.
Yeah.
So it might mean that there's only 1 or 2 available, but someone has already got it in their basket, so you'll have to keep trying, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
But
I have got more stock coming in on Wednesday.
Oh, well, there we go. Hopefully we'll be
I tend to get a
updated
delivery
by the end
every
of next
Wednesday.
week.
So I've already placed my order, but I tend to get a delivery every Wednesday. The problem is at the moment is that Amy's in Australia at the cake shows.
The Fractal colours, how many are in the range? Well, there's actually a couple of different ranges for Fractal. So you've got the Sue Pearl range, which is all the shimmer colours. They're in the dust, and they're all the different coloured pearls and shimmers. They're absolutely beautiful. Then you've got the Fractal matte colours. Any of those you can mix, as Carol's done today, you can mix into a paint. So you can, again, it's personal choice on what you use, but Carol's used a Culpit dipping solution. You can use a rejuvenator spirit, you can use any clear alcohol like vodka or gin, or you can use strained lemon juice. So it's just enough to make into a paint so you can use with the brush.
If you're using lemon juice, I know you said strained, but they really mustn't have any bits in it.
Yeah, completely strained. So yeah, you can. All Carol's done is, as you can see in the paint palette, just tipped a little bit of the dust in and mixed a bit of the dipping solution just to create a paint. But you can, it depends how much you use. You can do it in the actual lid of the dust. So they're the Fractal colours. I don't know how many's in the complete range. Do you know, Carol?
I can't remember off that. There's loads.
There is a lot.
The other thing is, the reason I've done them in a palette, you can do these on a saucer or something, but if you leave, or you can do them in the lid. because if you leave them to dry, we'll leave them to dry afterwards. I don't know whether you can see that.
The centre of the gold, yeah.
Can you see that? It's drying now. So we can dry that afterwards and pop it back into your container. So that's why it's good to do them in the lid. I don't know why I used a palette really, because I normally do the lid. So let's just do this one as well.
Lynn Jones, she says she was so very grateful. It's a lady with the cookie pads.
Was she the one who had my cookie pad?
Yeah.
I knew there was somebody who had it. So I'm not the neatest person, guys. I am doing this live. I'm not making excuses, but I know I look like I'm the big brave person, but I'm not. I've sometimes too much to say for myself and put myself in situations that maybe I shouldn't. I do feel this is cup and saucer gate again. But
Not so.
anyhow, we're doing all right. So in your own time, I'm just showing you really that you do just need to take it, you do need to take a bit of time, not rush it like I am. And there's 2 brushes as well. Use both brushes because it will be better. And you will get bits of sugar paste in as well. Just go over them, don't worry about them. And your technique in painting will get better. Believe me, it's like everything, it's practice, isn't it? So don't buy these stamps, rush home and put them on a cake, because I think that's when you'll get disappointed. Play with them. Right, okay, I think that's about as curly and swirly as I'm getting today.
Brilliant.
Right, guys, let's just see where we're up to. Put my glasses back on so I can see you. Right, so we've made a quick and easy Christmas cake. So I've showed you how to put all your dry ingredients together, soak them for a week. I am going to bake them later on this afternoon. I'm actually going to do the non-alcohol free one, and I'll get Maria to do a little video with that as well, just putting those ingredients together. And then we've got our Christmas cake that we used. So this is our Christmas cake that now weighs a friggin' ton. So this is our Christmas cake. So Laura's going to take this one home for her. So on here we have used the Katie Sue moulds and the Karen Davies moulds. We've used some pearls, we've used some sprinkles, we've used some glitters, we've used dust, we've used everything we can actually to chuck on this cake. We've used marzipan, we've used everything. Do you like this?
Beautiful.
What do you think?
Absolutely stunning.
Is it getting better?
It's amazing.
Well, you look at it, it's getting better. We've used the sweet stamps. We've had a play with these sweet stamps here. Oh, my ribbons fell off. Oh, yeah, let's put my ribbon back on. Sorry, just get my ribbon on, forget the ribbon. Put that back on after. So we've used the sweet stamps. I think we've had a good play at everything today. So for all you guys who've stayed throughout the whole live, well done to you. Thank you for the newbies who's joined us. And those of you who haven't watched us live, hello.
It's not normally this long on a Thursday.
Hello, but we had a lot to show you. And you know what? I know it's not all perfect, but I've got a lot to show. And if you try to recreate and do the same thing live, you know how difficult it is. So what I'm going to say is I'm going to say goodbyes for now. We're going to see you on Monday night at 8 o'clock. We're going to have Imogen in the kitchen who's going to do a buttercream festive cake. She's also going to show you her invention for how to cover up a KitchenAid so that you don't get that big bloom all over the kitchen, and you can buy that off her directly. She's here from a company called Sugar Buttons. Then on Thursday, I am back in here. I'm going to show you the cakes that have been in the oven. I'm going to bake them on Wednesday night. So they will have been baked and done. And then we'll make some Christmas cupcake toppers using some of the Karen Davies moulds and the Katie Sue moulds. And we'll decorate a few cupcakes as well. Okay, so we'll see you then. Thank you for joining me. I don't know whether you've got anything else to say. Anybody want to ask anything?
No,
Can I
just
go?
excellent.
Good.
Thank you.
I'll see you Monday, 8 o'clock. Bye-bye.